Mm-hmm.
Be ready for it to like go insane.
Yeah.
Be ready for that.
Yeah, but I'm just like, I don't, and I feel kind of like numb, you know?
Oh, yeah. It's like it's most.
I think you'll know when you're ready to walk away. I think you're working on being able to walk away.
Yeah, I hope so.
This is a good thing. Yeah, me.
Yep.
Like even how you said right now that you're like not wanting to, text it and stuff like that. I think that's a really good thing.
¿Cómo?
You how you said that you're not trying to like go over there, like text them or whatever. I'm saying, oh, that's like a really good thing, though.
You're learning to distance yourself from him
Yeah.
and not having to be so.
The only thing that starts getting me anxious is like, oh my gosh, who is he texting? He's texting someone else. He's giving his attention to someone else. But then at the same time, I'm like it's like I don't know. Like that's the only thing that gets me starts to get me thinking and getting me like, and I'm like, I have to not feel that way.
Most definitely, like you'll be good. You'll be good. A whole full, yup, a whole room full of ladies. Dude, it's
Full of
all
hormones.
full of ladies.
I have a lot of intrusive thoughts. A lot.
A lot of interesting thoughts.
Intrusive right now. Someone commented and said intrusive thoughts.
Oh, interesting thoughts. I didn't see that part.
Those are hard, but it's sometimes like that you go through that process, and when you overcome that season of like intrusive thoughts, it's gonna be like, I overcame this. When you get out of the situation, because like in my marriage, I mean, I went through a very very hard situation, like borderline divorce a few years ago, and I used to be so toxic, just like you were saying how I would check his, like on Snapchat, I would check like everything, every detail,
Me too. Like me too.
and
Like that's how bad I am too. Like I have on my notes, I put the time and I put like his snap score. Like that's how toxic I am. Like because he got mad at me for having. I used to have Snapchat Plus, and you know how I don't know if you know, but like it shows you like from the last time that you check their snap score, it tells you how many scores it's gone up.
hmm
And so the whole one time he was like, well, he's like, I don't like you having Snapchat Plus. I'm like, why? Like, I don't do anything on there. It's just
What's the
to,
difference between Snapchat Plus and regular Snapchat?
I have no idea. I just liked
I
it because it
know.
would
What
tell
is
you,
that?
it would tell, I don't know, like I just like that it would tell you the snap score. Like if I check it right now, like let's say right now it's 10:55 and then I check it again at 11:07, it tells me how many it went up from
I didn't
the
even know
last
that
time I
was a
checked.
thing.
Yeah.
You know, got me on Snap. Do you actually? What's your Snap?
Do you like to read books?
I am so anxious. I can't like I think I have ADHD and like anxiety. Okay, I can't focus. I can't like read a
What
book.
about doing an audiobook?
Yeah, I'll probably be able to do that.
The book that was recommended to me when I went through my first divorce was the
It's a,
power.
I
It's called The Power of Now,
check my
Mm,
link for you guys. My Snap's on my link tree. I'm gonna be
and it's a good book, and it helps you empower yourself.
okay, I'll look into it.
I'm gonna be posting.
yeah, I think because you're so like in such a vulnerable place or time of your life, I think that you need to feed you, like your mind, with good things for you that are gonna equip you for
Thank you, Nate.
like your inner healing, like at one point. Um,
Hmm.
thank you. Um,
Thank you.
because you're going to keep your mind going with a lot of negative stuff instead of positive things, and instead of building yourself up, even like for the next season of your life, all of those negative things are going to weigh you down, and that's where like depression comes, and then anxiety gets worse, and
No,
so
I think
forth.
my depression stage, I went through it already. Like I last year and then a couple months ago, like I would just cry all the time, like thinking
Hmm.
like, why doesn't he love me? Like, why is he punishing me? Why is he like why am I not good enough? But I'm realizing that like I'm not the problem.
Right.
Like I'm not the problem. Like what I did was not wrong. Like I said, I don't know if you heard my story last time, but like he
Yeah.
thinks that I cheated. Like he thinks I cheated on him, even though we were broken up. Like,
But that's because he did it. He's
Mhm.
pro. What is
yeah.
the word?
Like,
Projecting.
and he did meet other girls, and I told him, I'm like, well, you met other girls that I didn't know about, and I found them on your Instagram, and then you told me who they were. You told me that they were friends from a long time ago, but they were actually, and then I went onto their pages, and they had their pages public, and I saw that on their highlights they had highlights from the bailes he went to, and the same angle where he was standing. And I'm like, you lied to me. You met them at the baile, or you were with them at the baile. And then he's like, well, we were broken up, so we were nothing. I'm like, but yet I went to a Dodgers game with someone else. We were nothing, and you're mad at me about it. He's like, it's different. He's like, because you lied to me and you didn't tell me. I'm like, well, you didn't tell me about these girls either. Like, it's the same
Yeah.
thing.
That's what they do. They like to like, oh well, you, and it's just like make it make sense.
It's the
Like why?
gaslighting,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
it's they do
I
it
think
because
my cousin is
they're
the
the ones cheating.
same.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They're trying to make you feel crazy. It's the narcissist in them. Until you learn what a real narcissist is, you'll be able to see it for yourself and be like, okay, this is not for me, and you can walk away.
Hmm.
Yep.
And it's hard.
Yeah, and I think that that's where self value comes in handy to always be aware, like from narcissist people, to be aware that you're not the problem.
I just think that in general, she needs to keep her mind occupied, not with that guy though. To be honest, like
Yeah,
every,
por eso yo le estoy diciendo like equip your mind like
yeah.
with
I'm
good
so
things.
I'm so bad. Like yesterday, I messaged this guy on TikTok because I thought it was funny, like what he posted. And I don't like to put comments out there because he is so damn toxic that he will. I don't know how he finds out, but he sees my comments on other people's stuff. So I just messaged. I was like, "Oh, I was like, your content is really funny." I was like, it had me cracking up, and he messaged me back, and we exchanged numbers and stuff. And I'm just like, "Oh, like he seems like a nice guy," but I'm just
But I
like, I
just
don't.
think in general, I right now your mind shouldn't even be thinking about giving out your number or talking to other
Yeah.
guys. You know, what you need to be thinking about focusing within yourself. You have to
Mm-hmm.
fix yourself first before you even try to talk to someone.
No,
You
and that's
understand
the
me?
thing, and that's the thing, like I feel guilty, like I feel like I'm not ready right now. Like I'm not like because at the same time, like I said, I thought I was ready, but with this guy, he made me question like my feelings and my
Yeah, that's what
he made me
narcissists do. They tear
because
you down and they
I
rebuild
want a
you.
relationship. Like my last husband, like Luna said, yeah, he was in the military and stuff. I've known him since I was 17. We got married after I got divorced, my first divorce. And we just were not compatible. Like we were more like friends. We didn't have any like romantic interests. Like even when we got pregnant, like my daughter was super planned because he kept telling his friends, "Yeah, we're trying to have a baby. We're trying to have a baby." And I was like, "Dude, like to have a baby, you have to have like intimacy." Like and like she was super super planned because it wouldn't just happen all the time. Like we were just like roommates. Like so like I want that romanticism. I want that like that relationship, you know?
That's why you have to first like love yourself to even like work on yourself because you left that marriage, you definitely lost marriage. Loud. Um, not me yelling at her. Sorry. I feel like that when you I feel like because you left that marriage and then you went on to that marriage and then you were still not even done with that marriage when you were already like talking to this
So in my
already.
first marriage, it was weird. So like okay, so I got
But
married at
but it's
18
still but it's still
So,
and
acting.
so I'm listening to what
Hold
she's
on,
saying, but
hold on. It's the fact that you still haven't given yourself that
time
space to
yeah,
heal.
it's time for myself. Yeah. And it's not that I need to heal. I just feel like I need to learn how to be alone. Like I need to learn how to romanticize my life.
It's technically healed because when you heal yourself, you don't allow certain things. the blood in yourself because it is technically cheating.
Yeah, because like I said, I got married at 18 and to this person that used me because his parents too, they were like, oh, when are you gonna fix his papers? Because he was illegal and he had a visa. So he's like, when are you gonna fix his papers? You're gonna fix his papers. So we fixed his papers. I let him control me. I let him put hands on me. I let him, he was an alcoholic. Like I put up with so much because I was like, you know what? Like my mom went through it, I can do it too. Like I was my mentality, like, oh, he's gonna change eventually, the way my dad changed.
Sounds like an
But
insecure man.
so we ended up divorcing when he ended up in jail because I was like, you know what? You ended up in jail because of your actions, because I wasn't there to babysit you. I'm not gonna do this anymore. So we divorced and I lived by myself with my three kids for 3 years. And when he came back, I was like, you know what? I want my freedom back. I fixed your papers 2 times because he lost them because he had felonies. I was like, I'm gonna just let you do you and let me do me. Like I can't do this anymore. So we got divorced, and then shortly after that, I got married to my second husband. But I was alone. I was just not legally divorced. But it was different because I feel like I was still learning life. Like I was a brand new mom to three kids. They were 4, 2, and 1, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it was like I do feel like I do need time to myself. Like I just need to learn how to be alone and love my life alone.
Be content in your singleness.
Yeah.
Yes.
But from a man's perspective and listening to what you're saying, like I get where you're coming from too. Like if he actually cared about you or he actually cared about your feelings and your emotions, it seems like he was more selfish about himself, you know what I'm saying? Because any man who cares and loves a woman wouldn't treat her that way. Tell you the truth.
I just feel when a narcissist is a narcissist, he's gonna be a narcissist. He'll fucking
But
manipulate you one way or another.
the thing is that I don't understand how this last person has messed me up more than my first marriage. Like I said, my second marriage, I don't think it messed me up. I just feel like it just wasn't the right person in the right time. It was just like, it was just kind of like I wanted to get out of my parents' house because I was a single parent with living at my parents, and we knew each other. And I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll marry you. Let's get out. But my first husband, like I feel like I grieved that marriage during my marriage. That when I was ready to walk away, it didn't like bother me at all. But this person that I started dating, because like I said, I've never been a girlfriend. I've never dated anybody for like a long time. um he it was just weird, I don't know why I'm so like in
Um,
my head about like everything. Like he made
That's
me
the,
question
that's because
everything.
it's the thing that it's because you did fall in love, like, or you. That's because a lot of the times when what is it called
Yep.
for how can I say it? Sorry, it's because I got days off. It's like when you have a failed, and this is I've heard a lot of this, and I feel like I do believe it because this happened to me. That
Hmm.
after a failed relationship, that it gets to a point that the person you end up hitting your guard down for, when it doesn't work, like that's the one that hurts you the most. And not necessarily that he hurts you the most, it's more of you where it's like, damn, like I was I was vulnerable to this person, I let my guard down, I trusted again, I believed again, and it happened again. That's why I
Hmm.
said this before. I with Jose, I cried a way that I've never cried for nobody. Like I didn't even cry like that for
Same.
Steven.
Same. Yeah.
So it's like that happened, and I will say that Lady D was the first person I called when that happened, and he was the first person that I called. That I was just like I couldn't grasp for air. I was hugging the wall, a flat surface, okay,
Yeah.
and it hurt, but because again, it was there was a failed marriage, but then again, you're allowing to be vulnerable to that one person who you're like, damn, like you said you weren't gonna do this, and you ended up doing everything that you promised not to do. And so
I
it's
just feel that for her
I just I just feel
to
like I
relieve
hurt
herself.
myself though because like I know I didn't do anything wrong. Like I
like,
didn't cheat.
see,
But
you're making
he
like
makes it
you're
seem
making
like I did this to
excuses for
myself.
yourself.
No, but
Yeah,
he made it seem
that's exactly what I was gonna say. You're just making excuses for yourself, to be honest.
That's what you
Because
just said.
you continue saying, well, it's because I'm being toxic, or it's because no, you need to prioritize, how can I say it? You need to,
Prioritize.
yeah, prioritize yourself first before you even go out there and look for something. ¿Sí me entiendes? I think the
sí.
point here is that you're scared to be alone.
No, but yeah, no, I know. But what I'm saying is like I feel like todo esto and the way his behaviors are because he's making it seem like I did this to myself because of what I did. You know what I mean? Like oh, it's just, we're going through this because of your actions, because of
But
what
that's what a
because
narcissist.
if you wouldn't have lied to me,
But that's what a narcissist does. They
Make
do
you
shit.
believe that.
They do shit and they do shit just to make you feel guilty. Like my kid's dad, when he cheated on me and got all of that fucking, oh, it's because you didn't want to have intercourse with me. I was tired. I was taking care of a newborn. I was waking up, taking care. I was taking the other one to school. I was selling juices. Like it gets to a point that I'm the one doing everything by myself. It
hmm
gets tiring. Y tú todavía quieres que con el pinche culo parado, like come on. Like, oh
yeah,
well, if you would have gave me some all the fucking time, I'm sorry, I'm not a fucking robot que nomás cuando tú quieras y tú quieras, and I'm over here doing everything, and it's like, come on, my boy. So he was like, well, if you would have, then I would haven't. But then I realized, like, ese hombre es pinche maniático. Es hasta a un pinche perro se coge. But
uh-huh,
it's like, at this point, it's like, they're going to make you, if you wouldn't have lied, if you wouldn't have done that, like, for instance, right? If you wouldn't have lied to me and if you would have told me about the child support money, I wouldn't have beat your ass. Like, they use it where it's like, oh, because you did that, that's why I did this. They
They
don't
use
know
it in
how
your
to take
advantage and
accountability.
manipulate it.
They don't know how to take accountability.
hmm
They
yeah,
manipulate the situation and flip it on you. So then you feel like the crazy one and you feel like, wait, did I do something wrong? So then you feel bad. But it's all about a narcissist. And
yeah.
when you're with a narcissist for so long, you question everything about yourself. Everything.
Yeah, that's how I am. Like I feel like I said, I don't know if I'm the problem.
You're
I don't know.
not. You see, you're not, and that's exactly what he wanted you to like for
Yep.
you to question yourself.
Like I
But
did.
all right. So
I left
the
my
whole reason I wanted to
ex-husband.
come here, I wanted to say something, and I
Uh-huh.
got a very valid point for y'all if y'all listen from a man's perspective. All right. So, so I'm going to be completely honest with y'all, and don't take this the wrong way. But 60% of it is your fault, and it's because of trauma bonding. That is
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
So
that's what
listen,
I
what
read.
happens is like my daughter. I show my daughter what kind of man she deserves. Right. Every woman in this world, if they had a father who gave a flying fuck, showed them what a man is and what a man should do. I don't care if it's just my friend and she's a female. If she doesn't open her own goddamn door in my car. You hear me? It doesn't happen. So what happens is y'all got this fake facade of what these fairy tale princesses dreams of what a relationship and life and marriage is supposed to be like. And then eventually you fall in love with that one that was supposed to be it. It gets your heart broke. And then you slowly it's like it's an erosion effect. Love will erode the fuck out of your heart and turn a great motherfucker into a piece of shit. Just straight cold hearted facts, woman
hmm
or man, it doesn't matter. So y'all take this shit and you turn down, right? And you start saying, well, if this standard was too high, let me lower it a little bit. So if y'all see my comment earlier when I said that the moralized statute of a man has been dropped so fucking low, and no offense, but it is a women's fault. That is all the women's fault because you all started taking less and less and less and
Yeah,
never
I agree.
expected more
I
until the
agree.
fact of where you guys are taking these cold hearted, ruthless pieces of shit and letting them control your life. And now you've got into the trauma stage where you become so in depth to that fear of not knowing that you can do it on your own. A real man will know you can, but a real man won't fucking let you. Period. Point blank. Simple.
100%.
I get it. Yeah.
You guys have made the men what they are today, and I mean that with no disrespectful terms. But if you guys would keep your fucking standards high and your heart locked,
True.
but
It's
also not only that, but you guys are gaslighting as well, because you guys take all the trauma from the past and you portray it on your future because you've been so traumatized, and that's where the trauma bonding comes in, where it holds so deep on you because you won't release the past. It is
But that's
completely fine to
also being
be
self-love. That's what we're
you
talking
can
about.
be insecure all day long. It's fine to be insecure. A real man will show you why you shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
Reassurance is a key thing and a key factor in any kind of relationship that's ever going to last. But the worst problem is I don't give a fuck how good a motherfucker he is. He's not going to reassure you every day, 24 hours a fucking day when he's got his own demons he fights that he doesn't talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Until the point where they walk away and they're like, I tried. I'm in the same situation right now with my ex. Everything was about her ex. Everything was boundaries this, boundaries that. Well, I'm not a dog. You can't put me on a leash. That's why I don't believe in marriage. Marriage, you get paperwork on dogs, cattle, horses, and pigs. I don't own you. I love you. I don't want you. I need you.
But
You
a
know
lot
what I
of,
mean?
but I feel like when it comes down to marriage, a lot of people, it's just everywhere. But it comes down to, again, a marriage. Yeah, I feel like the reason why there's paperwork, again, because, like, God forbid, right? Just say you buy a house, right? And then, even if I'm with you, and God forbid you die, right? You die, then guess what? I'm not gonna be able to keep that house, even though, again, a man needs to make sure that his family is set. Because then you dying, guess what? She's gonna be struggling, and then they're gonna take the house because, oh, she's not entitled to it and all this, and that's what people don't get. Now, aside from that, that is the one thing that we told Christina. That, going back to how you said that it is her fault because of trauma bond, it was so forth, and that's what we were telling her last time, that
Yeah,
she
I
needs to
agree.
learn that she needs to learn how to love herself and heal. Because one thing, and I said this multiple times in my chat, where us women, the reason, there's that one saying that the good guys finish last, and it is true, because growing in a household. Hold on. You're growing up in a toxic household. So when you grow up in a toxic household, that's all you know. So when you're
Mm-hmm.
getting, so you get with someone who is treating you like shit, because that's what you know. That's what feels
Yep.
comfortable. That's what feels like home.
So
because
it's
then because then when you leave that, and if you end up with a good guy, you're like, oh, he's too nice. Because it's happened to me, where it's like, oh, he's too nice, and you break up with him, and you go back to a shitty person, because, again, that's what you're used to. But then when you work on yourself and you love yourself, and then it goes how you said, that men are basically the way that they are, because us women downgrade ourselves, like, and we're okay with certain things, instead of really, well, thank you, baby girl, instead of really working, like, you know what, I love myself, and
Oh, thank you. I don't even
that
go get this.
this is what I deserve. I deserve good, so I'm gonna make sure that that's what I get. And I said it earlier,
right.
that the reason why this generation is the way that it is, because it's the woman's fault, because, again, a man goes as far as a woman lets themselves, and
Mhm.
it's easier
Well,
to
not
cheat
only that though, but you got to
a
also
woman.
realize that this is the way that the world works. Okay, women run the entire world, whether they're in the
Yeah,
White House or not. They run the
that's,
fucking world
so that's why
because
I said,
a man marries who he can. A woman marries who she wants.
no,
A woman
no.
fucks who she wants to. A man marries who he can or
But
fucks who
we're
he
talking
can.
about,
So you
but I'm
guys,
also, but I'm also talking about cheating, where it's like, the world is the way it is, because it goes back to, again, how you said, a woman goes as far as a man will let them. You get me? So it's
well, but
like,
the cheating part is just because he wasn't raised to be a gentleman.
no, 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 no. But we're talking about, like, how, like, for instance, a guy will go as far as a woman lets them. that it gets to a point that men don't value women anymore.
For example, for example, like
Boys will push the limits. Okay,
No, hold on.
I expect my 8-year-old daughter to push my
no,
limits
no,
if
no,
I
no,
don't have to
no.
do it. So
What
No,
she's saying is
I
like,
know
for
what she's
example,
saying. She's saying men will
no,
push you
you're
as
not
far as
letting
they
me.
let.
No, you're
no,
not letting me
Go ahead.
finish. You're
Go
not
ahead.
letting.
no,
Go ahead.
no.
I'm saying
What
that.
she's saying, what she's saying is like, for example, my situation got as far as it did because I let it happen.
That's what I'm
Like the
saying. Now, a man,
toxicityness, like.
a boy will push you guys as far as he can push you to find out where your breaking point is. A man will never try to find that breaking point because he doesn't need that breaking point. A boy does that shit, not a man. A man doesn't cheat on you, stick
But then
around.
it goes back to healing because again, once you're really, really healed, and that's where I'm telling her that if she heals enough, like me, right? That I told my child, I'm okay staying alone, but because of what I
Right.
see, right? If there's a man who ends up coming sweeping me off my feet, because again, a man is gonna do what a man is gonna do, then I'm all up for it. But I was like, I'm not gonna, I'm okay. You have to learn how to like love yourself enough to now you know like you're not going to
Let things
allow
get that
like
bad again.
the things that you have allowed. And so we're telling her like just basically stay by yourself. Sorry guys, I blanked out. But like stay by
Loving
yourself.
yourself goes more beyond just a man, though.
No, no,
If you don't
yeah.
love yourself,
That
if you don't
loving
love yourself, you
yourself
can't
has
even love
nothing
your
to do
kids
with the
right.
man. Loving yourself
Like,
hasn't have to nothing to do with the man because when you end up loving
yeah, that's
yourself,
what I'm saying. It goes farther beyond that. You got to love
you're content without being with the man. Because again, when like me, I even told my child earlier, like I realized that I'm okay being by myself. Because again, I love myself enough to know that I what I deserve and how you said that women end up lowering their standards because they're too scared to be by themselves. And it's like, no, a man who really wants to be with you is going to reach those standards because I remember some guy had said, like, you're asking for too much. I'm like, I'm not asking for anything. Just because you can't do it doesn't mean another man can't do it for me. And then
facts.
another girl had said, oh, Luna, you're asking for too much. She's like, I had to downgrade. I said, then that's how you know you don't love yourself. You needed somebody to feel good about yourself that you were okay, like putting your values or whatever you wanted, your standards down just so you wouldn't be alone. And I'm not
That's where the trauma bonding takes over so much control.
okay, no, you're good. You're good, Lexi. You're good. You're good. You're good.
The trauma bonding takes over so much control because you feel like you have to have somebody there. If not, you feel like you're powerless. You want to feel empowered by somebody, but the problem is you lower shit so far where you're fucking people calling me. But you lower your standards so far to where you still don't have that empowerment. They're still draining you dry. They're taking everything you're worth. And like I said earlier, it goes more than just loving. If a man, if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody, homie. Your kids aren't the same. The household's not the same. Your job's not the same. If you can't find inner peace, then you can never be at peace in life, and your kids are going to suffer from that too. There's been plenty of women out there that I've talked to. If they scream at their kids like an irate person, I'll drop that bitch like a bad habit. Like I grew up in that kind of trauma household, so I don't want to hear like I know what that shit does to you. If you can't talk to your kids with respect, you can't ever respect a man, and vice versa. If a man will ever yell at it, if you want to see how a man's going to treat you, see how he treats his fucking mom. And that's a big stipulation to go by. Take your little notepad and video how he
That
treats
is
his
true.
mother.
That is
Mother
so
like a
true.
queen, he'll love you for the rest of his life. If he treats his mom like trash, he probably ain't gonna love you, homie.
Yeah, that's true.
But and you're all fine by projecting shit to a
No, but
point.
actually, you know what? That's no. Actually, no. I'm not gonna agree with you on that one. Where it's like, oh, look how he treats his mom because he treats his mom a different way than what he ever treated me. It when I first met him because it got to a point that I did see him like basically chase his mom about to beat her up and it's the stepdad. But anyways, aside from that, like even but she has always like lied for him and covered for him and all that. The only reason now it's like I look at all that because how they all just treated me. So it
But
just comes
the
down.
moment he chased his mom was gonna beat his mom up and his stepdad, that you should have known this nigga ain't for me.
Oh my god. Damn, they be getting calls over there. Okay, you're good, Christina.
But I mean, it's just, there's so many things out there, and like forgiveness. And there's a lot of things out there in life that people can't really forget, right? I mean, there's situations that I can't say on here without getting nannered, but there's things that people have done to people that can never be forgotten. But the
Mm-hmm.
biggest thing about moving on in life and making a step toward the next door is forgiveness. And forgiveness doesn't come along
Yes.
without forgiveness. It says in the Bible, if you got to forgive, if you forgive, you got to forget. That means letting go. And if you
And
That's what you just
you
said,
have to,
the key word. You just said it. You could forgive, but there's people that they can forget.
there's some things
You
you
just
can't
said the
forget.
word.
And that's where talking to people, and that's where trying to figure out how to let that go and find a different coping mechanism other than portraying that
Mm-hmm.
onto your future relationships come into town.
Yeah.
You can't take any just because old dude over here done all this nasty, very vile shit doesn't mean that you get to portray him onto the people like she said earlier, the good guys that are now becoming assholes and saying fuck it. Tinder used to be a good thing to meet real good people. Now Tinder's nothing but a fuck book.
But that
You know?
that again goes aligns with learning how to love yourself. Because look, for instance, and I've said this before. So my ex, right, my kid's dad, cheated on me. Now looking at the way it is, he used to legit answer calls, and he would tell me it was his clients.
Mhm.
And then they'll be like, oh, he'll be like, oh, let me call you back or whatever. And I'll be like, what happened? Oh, no, it's like my client. I'm telling them I'll call them back. But
Right.
it's like he legit would answer the calls, right? So then it's to where he would text, he wouldn't let me go through his phone, whatever, right? It built up insecurity towards me, right? It built up me not feeling good enough. It made me feel ugly. Because even with the 16-year-olds, I'll be like, what the fuck do these little girls got that I don't have? But then I realized, like, okay, like this boy is just a pig, right? So it
Right.
made me feel, obviously, feel some sort of way. When I ended up walking away, it got to the point again. It goes back to I worked on. I've been working on myself, been loving myself, learning how to heal in certain aspects or whatever. And so when I ended up getting in a relationship last year, I went to this. I was with this person, and this person, what is it called, was on the phone. He was on the phone. We went to go eat. He was on the phone. He was in a group chat with girls. One of the waiters, like waitresses, I mean, knew him because apparently he was a regular and it wasn't his first time taking a female. I could have sat there and been so fucking insecure and be like, well, what the fuck? Again, going back to portraying to what the other dude obviously gave me, right? So, but again, it goes back to when you work on yourself, it gets to a point where like you know what you bring to the table. So
Yep.
I never questioned him like, who are you fucking texting? Because again, I decided to work on myself to where I know what I bring to the table, that wasn't going to give me insecurities. But then little did I know that yes, he was obviously talking to other females. So I had learned not to bring that to that. So then from there, stopped talking. We broke up, whatever. Stopped talking. He would come back. He would try to come back or whatever. And was it nice? Be like, yeah, you know, like it's nice or whatever. But to the point where micro heating is real. What is that? I'm like, what is that? What's micro heating? Or what is it? Micro cheat. Oh, micro.
Micro cheating.
What's
Wow.
micro cheating?
What does that mean?
I'll tell you about it later. Long story.
Okay.
Anyway, but you're exactly right.
But
But
it
but the
goes
biggest
again
issue
to,
though is
but people
the dating
don't like to
pool.
do the work. People don't like to do the work.
Well, and Rome wasn't built in a day, and the problem is today it's so much like people are so worried about the grass being greener on the other side, they don't want to water their own. If you take
Mm-hmm.
care of your lawn, it can be just as fucking green.
Yeah.
But also, it comes into the micromanaging bullshit of everybody. Like, their relationships these days, they have too much stigma and stipulations to them. Whatever happened to just having a vibe and running with that motherfucker? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody says the dating pool has shit. No, nigga, we shit in that dating pool. Everybody that is that has been born from '90s up has shit in that motherfucker now in the 2000s. We have turned the dating pool into what it is because we can't let go of dumb shit.
Yeah.
And
But
we
that's where,
portray everything. We take good people and shove them in the fucking gutter because
yeah,
we don't believe that we can trust them.
yeah.
If you
I,
can't, if you can't love yourself and you can't find a way to have a little faith in somebody, you're never going to make it nowhere in
mhm,
life or in a relationship.
yeah. And I think that that's where,
I'm an ex-con,
I
done
know.
5.5 years. I've been clean for almost 4, and I've been through the ringer with all kinds of females doing me dirty. But I
Mhm,
still don't. I don't bring nothing from my past into anything new because you didn't do it to me.
yeah.
That's like somebody saying, "Well, he done this over here. What if he'll do it to you?" All right, so I got a great example. Y'all might not know what this means, but like, there's a lot of people that I know in a bad industry that sell to a lot of people who have told on a lot of people, right? And they're still selling to them. Where I'm from, you don't talk to a rat. You know what I mean?
Mhm,
But and you tell them, hey, well, he's a rat. Well, he ain't never told on me. That's because he ain't had a chance to.
yeah.
But also, they're not portraying what he's done to somebody else in that situation. Will they do it? Who knows? Like
Mhm,
anybody at any given time, any given moment in life has a chance to do something bad. Every time you go out of the door, you leave your house, you leave your wife, your girlfriend, your friend with benefits, whatever the hell it is, you have an opportunity to do something. Because all day long, everywhere, somebody's always getting a shot to do something stupid.
yeah.
What makes the difference and what makes you the person that it is worth a fuck is what you do with that situation. Just like my ex is down there in the chat right now that we're still working on us. She had a friend that fucked her ex-boyfriend. That friend messaged me on Facebook the moment we split up and I came back to Kentucky. First thing I did was screenshot it and send it to her. I'm still not going to do you dirty. You make the like one good judgment every day will change the world. We just
Yeah.
everybody has to do it together because the
Yeah.
movement don't work unless we all move together. It's like science. Organisms once they start bouncing off each other, molecules and shit, they create a trauma inside the cell. Unless everything is flowing together, it can never work. If you don't work on it and work with faith, man, you ain't gonna have nothing.
Yeah.
Just point blank simple.
I think that, like how you had said, the only thing, well, not the only thing, but the one thing that everybody needs, to be able to move forward is honestly, and I've learned that because, like, I mean, I've had my own experience, and bottom line, I had to learn how to forgive, not just from my mouth out, but from my heart. And after that, forgiving and moving on, but the renewal of the mind, and that took a huge like toll, or not toll, but like it was an impact in my life, the renewal of the mind, because I don't hold those things against, my husband, or, past
Right.
friendships and stuff like that. And so you don't go back to what you lived in the past and continue to allow it to be a trauma to you. And it kind of takes away the joy of events that are happening in the present, because you choose to go back to the trauma all the time.
Yep.
And so for
Yeah.
me, the renewal of the mind, but forgiveness first, knowing that, you have forgiven. And after that, like the renewal of the mind played a huge role in my
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah, that's a big fact. Men should stop asking what you want in the future. They should ask what happened in the past a little bit and then bury it. Because a man should he needs to
Hmm.
know what somebody else done wrong so he knows not to do that same thing. Because
Yeah.
the worst part about trauma, men or females, either one, is
Hmm.
all it takes is one little thing that somebody else done to you. If you haven't forgave it and let that hate out of your heart, because
Yeah.
that's one word in my vocabulary is not allowed is hate. I don't hate anybody because Jesus says I can't. I'm friends with a lot of my exes. Just because we didn't work out doesn't mean we weren't made for each other in some kind of aspect.
Hmm.
You can still be friends and not be together. It's fine.
Like that's just how I feel. Like, do I hate people? No. Like, could I sit there and be like, "Oh, I hate my baby daddy"? Back then, hell yeah. And now it's just like, dude, you're gonna get your karma. That's just what it is. Like, just because I don't talk to you, or because at the end of the day I decide to cut you off, doesn't mean like, oh, I hate you. Because a lot of
Hmm.
people sit there, and it's like, oh,
Right.
I remember someone had said like, "Oh, you just need to learn how to forgive, start hating." Nah, it's just the difference between me and you, baby girl, is that
Not a, yeah,
you're
it's not
okay.
about hate.
You're okay going back to the same shit. I can't. Like, I decided to cut off people, and that's just what it is. I move on, and that's it. Like, just because I decide not to talk to you again, that doesn't mean that I hate you. It's just um. Good, thank you. That's just it. It doesn't
Right.
serve me where I'm at in my life anymore. Goodbye. You know what I mean? That's just
Yeah, it's
it.
good. But that's because we got to stop thinking of ourselves as peasants. All right. You know what peasants means? Like back in the kingdom days, peasants, the people they got pissed on, spit on, and put off as just nothing. But every man and female in this world were kings and queens, right? Your kingdom is your body. The whole entire body of you is the kingdom. Therefore, you don't let peasants piss in your moat. If I put you out of my kingdom, you're pissing on my fucking peace. My moat is my peace. That's the thing that circles me. That's my aura. You don't fuck with my peace. All right, and like if you keep one foot in the past and one in the future, all you're doing is pissing on the present. Stop chasing shit and stop looking back at shit.
Mm.
The river is so small for a reason. The window's so damn big.
But
Break
at the
your
same
break your
time,
feet
like, for
out of your
instance,
car and look forward.
but at the same time, there's people who talk about like the trauma. Like, for instance, me. Like, I talk about my trauma. I talk about my story again because that's helped me heal. But again, it
Right.
also has helped out other women
But
because
I think that's more like you sharing a testimony, you
Yeah,
know.
testimony is different, bro. Because
Yeah.
like
but
I
a
used to
lot
do
of
the
people
Welcome
don't
Wednesday
see it
thing.
that way. A lot of people just see it like for instance, right? A lot of people will say like, oh, because they have like, oh, she can't let it go. Keep in mind, I went to the chiropractor about what you guys 3 weeks ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I went for my vertigo, right? And then the next thing you know, she was like doing all this shit. She touches my face. Keep in mind, like I already knew that my face was off, but when I went to her, she was like, your right side of your face is like messed up or whatever. And it was because, again, going back to Homeboy, he used to, every time he would hit me on the right side of my face. So it's
Right,
like there's a lot of things that people still deal with
Mm-hmm.
from that, and people who have not gone through it, it's easy for them to be like, oh, you can't let it go or this and that or whatever. When in reality, there's trauma. When in reality, there's till today, like till this day, I'm still dealing with legal shit aside from court that I have to do for my kids, and it's like fuck, like I still get dragged into it.
right.
Get me? Do I go search up and be like, oh, let me see? No. Now, right now, we're, hey, Robert, it's funny because the way that shit like falls in my lap, that I'm like, you know what? If I could fucking take it and run with it, then I'm going to take it and run with it.
Right.
But there's just certain people who, again, will sit there and hate. I legit, like how I said, I used to sit there and be like, well, I wish the worst on him. I wish that fucking train would like drag him. Now, do I look
That's
like I just,
that's the problem with dealing with the public in general, though. You're never gonna ever. It's impossible to make every single person in the entire world happy. Something you could say the most godly things on earth and never be negative in your life,
Mm-hmm.
and still piss somebody off somehow.
Yeah. And
But
I also
it's
think, Luna, that like how you said, because it's like he had said earlier, Rome wasn't built in one day, so there's a process to everything, like you, especially like trauma that you go through. Um, and there, it could seem like you already dealt with it, but there's things that are hidden that, when, like, for example, you went to the chiropractor, that triggered something that now you're aware that there's still unhealed trauma. So it's like, it goes back to the saying, Rome wasn't built in one day. You're not going to heal from all your trauma in one day. So when events happen in your life and it erupts like a trigger, or it erupts a memory or something, an event in your life that wasn't good, now you're aware that you have to deal with that and you have to heal from that because you've already healed from a lot of other things. So it's a process of healing. And I think, like, for me, I always, with my faith and all of that stuff, I always ask God, like, make me known of things that still hurt me, or things, search my heart, for example, make me aware of things that still like bug me, hurt me, trigger me, that I still hold against, certain people. blah blah blah, and so forth. And he will bring up certain events, or certain things will happen, conversations. Um, it can be a simple gesture of moving a cup from one side to another side, and that can bug me. And it's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that was gonna bug me, but that could be a trauma, you know.
Well, that's
So,
because like you just said what you said. So when you ask God for something, right? God gives you the trial so you can have the tribulation, whether it's good or bad tribulation. No matter what, the testimony, good or bad, is still a testimony to your life, your story, your strategy. So when you ask God for peace, God doesn't just say, "Yeah, here's peace."
Yeah.
yeah, he's gonna test
He
it.
gives me motherfuckers 16 times a day that push my buttons and make me want to smack
Hmm.
them and go back to fucking institutions. But then that's where you got to grow up in yourself and realize, you know what? Sometimes it's just memories, and jail's only temporary, but it's still better out here than it is in there, or whatever. And your mindset. So your peace, protecting your peace means everything. So the
Hmm.
moment a man yells at you, if we can't have a conversation, if you want to argue with me, bye. I'll leave, and we can talk later. I'm not going to argue with you about shit. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to scream. I'm not going to waste my breath or my voice over that shit.
Yep.
We can either have conversations like adults, or you can go on down the damn road. My
And I feel
peace is
like
my peace, and we're not going to intertwine that.
And I feel like that's where I will say that I feel like I've grown this past year on that, because I remember that I used to always pray and be like, God, like, let me, I don't want to be like this, or God. And obviously would say what I didn't want to be like, right? And it just gets to a point where I feel like this year, I mean, after I cut my kid's dad, I realized like if I was able to cut him and his family off, I could cut off anybody, like,
Thanks.
right? So then back then, I remember I used to like be on live, and I wanted to make my point across when it came down to like other people whenever there was some shit between us. And then at the end, I was like, I really don't give a fuck. First of all, this app closes, and guess what? Half of those people, it's not like they're really, really gonna give a fuck about me. You know what I mean? It's
But
like,
but isn't it so real? Like, isn't it so just like releasing once you realize, you know what? I'm talked about, not confronted. There's a difference. You hear me?
yeah. So it just so it gets to a point where now to me, if someone negative comes into my chat, it's like you're miserable. You have the time to come into my chat to like do all this, or come into in a fake account and talk your shit or whatever. Like, you're miserable. Good night. Like, you're miserable. And back then, again, I used to talk all my shit, and I used to go off on like all these people. But now it's like, for what? You want to come into my chat? You want to see something negative? Fuck you. Your mama should have thought you.
You gave them their arousal.
Block you, and
People that come in and do shit like that,
that's just
all they're
stupid.
looking for is their metaphorical nut. That's
Yeah,
the only reason they come in and ass talking shit.
and
And
then
that's a way
Right?
of you protecting your peace.
that's where it's just I've learned where then it just I remember I used to pray, and I used to be like, God, I used to be a people pleaser, right? I used to stop doing my shit just to please other people, because again, I wanted people in my life, right? And it gets to the point where I'm like, fuck that. Like, I'm not gonna break my back for you if you don't break your back for me.
Thanks.
And so again, it goes to where I'm cutting off people, but because I'm already where it's like, if you're doing something, or you did something to me, and I told you I don't like it, and you do it again, I don't need you in my life. Like, but that's where I'm at. I'm protecting my peace. And
Right.
because I'm in that point, I'm the bad person, which is okay, because I learned that with a lot of healing and a lot of peace, there's also a lot of goodbyes.
Yep. There's a lot of pain that comes with a like
Yeah.
before the rain ends. It always has to dry up at the end. You know what I'm saying? It always comes with a wet day.
And
Yeah.
so that's where
But
I'm like, damn, like,
there's also a lot of people out there that do that same shit and try to set these boundaries because they're putting the past on other people. And no matter how much reassurance you give them, it's never enough. But the worst part is, the independence isn't real. We all are codependent on something because nobody wants to die alone.
Yeah.
Even when you die, even when you're dead, you still depend on 6 motherfuckers to carry your casket. You still depend on somebody to put that funeral bill into action. You still plan on somebody putting you in a grave site somewhere. Somebody has to change your rules. Somebody has to make your rule. Independence isn't real nowhere. It's called responsibility. and we have to be responsible for ourselves at the end of the day.
Mhm.
And we have to take it. We have to take responsibility for our actions that have caused other people to be the way they are, or caused us to be who we are. And like we've been saying the whole time, until you find that moment to where you just don't give a fuck. I cut my own mother out of my life. If you think I can't cut you out of my life, you're crazy. You're
That's what I
crazy.
that's
Because
what I
my
tell
peace means
people.
more to me than anything in this world. Because when my demons are out to play, my ass gonna end up back in the penitentiary.
Because
And
I
how long have you known? You've known me since I lost my eye, right?
no, I don't think so. No, I
I
don't
think
think
you've
so.
done me about that. I don't know. But I lost my eye 3 years ago, taking up for some chick at a fucking concert. Her boy was beating on her. I said, "Where I'm from, we don't do that." And I just got out, just got done with a 1.5 year stint. Put old boy on his ass. And I said, "You know what? If I didn't want to go back, dog, I said, we don't do that where I'm from." I went to turn around, she had blood running down her lip. I said, "Fuck this." I turned around, I was going to smoke him, and his boy hit me with a crutch and shattered my whole fucking face. I've been blind ever since. And that's Captain Save-A-Ho, hear me? Like, but that's just how I was raised. And the problem is men these days, or boys, I should say, boys, because men don't hit fucking women.
Yeah.
Like, the one down in the chat, you can ask her. She's been in my face many a times. I ain't never so much as raised a goddamn hand. Like, shit happens. But I'll take my piece and I'll go somewhere fucking else.
Mhm.
I
Like,
always
you
just say
gotta
like
protect you at all
people.
times.
I just say like there's people who feel so entitled because of their title that it's just like no. Like once you remove that title, like you treat the person for what they actually are. You know what I mean? Like for
Yeah.
instance, with my kids, I'm going back to their dad, and again, you guys, the reason why I talk a lot about their dad is because again, he was part of basically my almost my whole life type shit, right?
But
But
you,
Right.
Luna, one thing you should never feel bad or think that when people, because a lot of people have come into your chat and they say like stupid comments like, oh, you're still talking about him. Never feel ashamed of you talking because that's your testimony that you have lived. You're sharing it because it has a purpose.
yeah,
Thanks.
right.
And
So
like,
so my kid's dad, right? um I stayed with him for a long, long time, aside from like threats, but because he used to say like, "Oh, you're so." Keep in mind, he already had cheated. He already had kids with other
right.
women, and he would call me selfish if I left him without, and I left my kids without a dad. I was being selfish. I was being all like everything in.
Yeah. So he was gaslighting.
Yeah. So it gets to a point where even after I left him, there was a 10-year restraining order. And I was still allowing him to be part of the kid's life, knowing that there was a 10-year restraining order because, again, the entitlement. Like, oh, I'm their
Right.
dad. And then I was feeling bad because, oh, I don't want my kids to feel bad because, their dad, blah, blah. But it gets
That's just good mother skills. That's all that is. That's
so now,
great mother skills.
so now with the entitlement, it was just like, okay, you feel entitled to do things, and I'm still gonna allow it because you're their dad. Does that make sense? So I ended up just like,
So,
no.
so in
Now
layman's terms, what you're saying is even though he done so much bad things, he still got treated with good behaviors type status
yeah, and
because
then it
you were a
gets to
good
a
mother,
point,
and so
yeah, and
therefore he took the inch you gave him and turned it into a mile and said now I'm demanding this type shit because he took advantage of your ass.
so then I got sick of it, and I ended up cutting him off. And because I was just tired again, going back to where he would tell me, "Oh, I want to take the kids out to eat. Meet me here." Or, "Hey, can you get ready? And I'm gonna see you guys here." And I would get them ready. I would go, and he wouldn't show up. We would be there waiting for an hour. There was times where there was even an occasion that he ended up turning off his phone, and he was with this whole ass female. The next day, wanting to pick up my kids to take them somewhere. I'm like, no, like my kids are not. So that's why when his fifth baby mama messaged me and was talking about like, oh, I encourage this and that, like, baby girl, don't message me acting like you fucking know my life because of what he told you. Because trust me,
Right.
when I tell you, I could show you shit where I have done my best, and I'm not gonna fucking sit here and allow my kids to continue, guys. I'm not gonna allow my kids to continue getting hurt. So I cut them
Right.
off,
Yes.
and that's just where it's at. Now I have full custody, and then she had messaged me last year when he was in jail talking about, can I borrow your daughter? Fuck you, bitch. Who are you? Just because you're boning their dad, you think I'm gonna fucking let
Right.
you, like, make it make sense? So now because I cut them off because again the entitlement, and that goes back to where how people feel and they feel like it's okay to do shit because of their title. That it just I had to put those boundaries.
Right.
That it goes back to once you have boundaries, you end up being the you end up being that
That's what
person.
makes forgiveness so hard. Like dead ass serious. Forgiveness is a very hard thing to do. So take it to a drug an addict's perspective here. All right, because me myself personally, I don't believe in second chances. I believe in 157 chances if you need them. But the moment you show me the same derogatory actions that you show me from the past, I'm gonna cut you as bad. You back up. I'm not gonna enable you. I'm gonna disable you. I'm gonna cut you the fuck off because nobody, if they're strung out on shit, they are not. Like, there's men out there that have touched women on drugs that would never touch women sober, and that's where they need to look at their life too and change their life up. And there's a lot of them out there that have done it. I got plenty of buddies in recovery that have done very very bad things that are not that person that they was because when you're on that devil's dope, son, it take hold of you and you do whatever the hell you want. You're not the same person. I know people out there that steal quarters off our grandma's eyes when they look at a baggie of dope, but would be the best person in the world when they're sober. Shit happens. So, I mean, chances after chances can be given. There is no such thing as just a second chance. You give as many chances as your heart's willing to give. That's why forgiveness is so hard, especially when people do not stop doing the same actions and getting the same fucking results from it.
Yeah.
It's hard to forgive somebody when they don't want to change their life.
Yeah, and it's okay because this is what I've said before, that I could never judge a female for going back like to their ex, right? Because I did that shit multiple times, right? And but it gets to a point where I always say like you're gonna go back, and then and again because I did this where you leave, you're done, and you end up deciding to try to work on things just because you still have that what if, you know? And it's okay to go back if that what if, and if that what if didn't work, like it's okay to let go. Because like you said, like you're gonna forgive and you're gonna forgive until you're done forgiving because you could only take so much. And that's where it's like I've learned where I know I tried my best to do, but then I realized like I wasn't the problem.
Right. But I think it comes more to
it was
a
my
sense
fault.
of peace.
I take accountability that it was my fault for allowing it.
Yeah.
I take accountability that I allowed it for so long. I take accountability for thinking that dealing with it was going to be one. I was going to still continue to try to show my kids, that was going to be a perfect life or whatever, and that they were going to have their daughter or whatever. But it gets to the point where I'm like, that's just it. Like in reality, what am I showing my daughter? What am I showing my kids? I'm showing my boys that it's okay to put hands on a female. I'm showing my daughter, and then how you said how like when I'm showing my daughter that it's okay to just allow certain shit. So when she falls in love later on, she's gonna fall in love with someone that basically reminds her of her dad. Like
She's gonna meet that stereotype.
That's just like the sad thing. So it's like, I could honestly say like like for instance, like he made a comment one time talking about like, oh, because keep in mind he doesn't help me. He doesn't help me at all. He made a comment. He said, "You're just mad like that. You can't take care of your kids. Like you can't support your own kids." And then he's like, "You're just a poor ass mom." That's exactly what he said. And my kids obviously knew about the situation, and my daughter was like, "We're not poor. We have a family. Like he doesn't have a family." And for my kids to realize like, oh shit, okay, like I'm doing a good job because now making my kids realize like it's not just about the money. Like that makes you fucking feel rich, because you could have everything and you're still gonna feel alone.
Yep. Look at
It's,
Robin Williams. Robin Williams was the best actor in the fucking nation. Had everything he ever in life he ever dreamed of, and still took his own life. It wasn't
yeah,
happy.
it just gets to a point where
Yeah.
it's like, you're not gonna sit there and that's why I told my chat, like I tend to be very, very open with my chat because I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, you guys, life is fucking dandy. Fuck no, it's not. Because then later on they're gonna be like, oh shit, like she just always made it seem like her life was perfect, and look, she did this to herself, you know. And it's like, no, in reality, this is what life is. How to what it is to deal with a narcissist, what it is to deal with, healing from the abuse, how to fucking handle, how to be a single mom starting from scratch. Like, I'm like, there's just a lot.
But
There,
you said it's like you understand because going back, it's okay, it happens. But see, the difference is yeah, it's hard to leave sometimes because you love somebody. If you love somebody, you want to see the better. You know who they really are when they're not that person. You know what I mean? You know
you're
deep
just
down,
a
you know who they
person,
are when that demon's not playing. But
but
the
you're
problem
going
is, what
back
happens?
to, you're
What
going,
happens when you go back that next time and then you don't come back? Like what bothers me about it is like when I lost my eye for that female, she still went back to that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you reach out to me for help out of a bad situation and you go back, fuck you. Don't call me again. Hashtag blocked. Like you know what I mean? Like don't reach out for help and then when you get it, go back to the same situation you begged for help to get out of.
yeah.
And I get it. It's hard. I know it is because I watched my mother do it my entire life. That's why trauma bonding is so painful because it doesn't just start at an old age. Trauma bonding starts at a very young age. The moment kids
Mm-hmm.
can realize, see, depict, and dictate what people are doing, that's where the trauma starts. That's how you create a savage or a very nice, humble individual. Or in some circumstances, especially these days, a piece of shit that's just trashy and thinks they own the world. But it starts at a very young age. Trauma lasts a lifetime and never goes away fully.
Mm-hmm.
And that PTSD is real. You don't have to serve to have PTSD.
100%. I was like, yes.
I've seen women that I know have been in very bad situations with men, and somebody so much as yell at a bar, and they fucking freak out and go into fucking tremors and shit. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
That's very real. And your feelings are justified, and they're valid, and it's okay. But then there's also two different sides of stories, man. Sometimes there's people out there that'll play that system like a pimp. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And narcissism and gaslighting, it all goes both ways. Trauma all goes both ways. Assholes go both ways. Like you
Because
just
it's like
gotta find
when
out where
you
you're willing to be at peace with yourself and find out the best way to cope with life.
with that trauma. Yeah, because that's what I
Because
was gonna say. Like when you have trauma, there's just two ways around it. Whether you heal yourself and try to be the best you can be, or you just be like, oh, this is how I am, and that's just what it is. You deal with it, and if you don't like it, you don't like it. Because it goes to where, like I've always said, that the kids act at school the way like what their household brings.
yes,
If their household brings all that. So, and I have noticed it. Like when I was with him, my kids never got awards. My kids
right,
never got awards. My middle son, he is intellectual delayed. He's autistic and he's hard of hearing. And I suffer. My oldest one's not from him, but I got with him when my oldest one was a year. But my middle one suffered the most when I was pregnant. And I always say like that's, well, obviously that's my rainbow baby, right? Because I had a miscarriage before him. But
right.
even when I was pregnant, I suffered beats when I was pregnant by him. With my daughter, I still suffered, but not as much. My daughter does deal with certain things, but the fact that, so like now, right? My son's gonna be in seventh grade, and I will say my kids have now gotten awards now that he's not around.
Right.
My daughter, I was just telling my chat that last, what is it called? Friday? I think it was Friday. I got the news that my daughter's starting her sixth grade year. She's basically not going to be, right now, she's full time like in special classes. starting middle school, she's gonna do half and half
So
because
you realize what that is, though, right?
she's exceeded. Yeah, and
No,
then
no. Like a minute ago, you was talking about asking God for this, asking God for that. You asked God for peace and patience, right? Your daughter was your peace and patience with the autism. Because you know how hard it is to raise an autistic child.
no, it's not even that. I don't even think it's
Right.
that. Like, I think my peace and my patience was more in the sense of when it came down to people. Because
No, I mean, just in general, like teaching you how to be calm in situations. You know, like
because with them, so I've been with them all the like since they were born. I have
yeah,
always been with them, right?
yeah. I'm not. That's
So
what I'm saying that it taught you that because a lot of people get frustrated with kids with autism because they're very hard. Like they spaz out. They don't know how to really tell you sometimes. I mean, some of them are like vocal and shit.
my
Some of them
the
ain't, but
thing is that my kids are vocal. They're really vocal. Like I understand everything. Like you could have a conversation with them, right? My middle one, he won't have certain words in the sentence, but you'll understand what he's telling you.
right,
Back then, it got to a point that he really wouldn't talk. Now he's
right. That's
talking.
because stressful situations with autism
Yeah.
don't mix.
and
Period.
and so my daughter like has been doing really really good. So that goes to again where I'm like the household does also affect the child on how they're at school and their trauma. And again, it goes back to a person is going to see what they choose to do with that trauma. Because
Right.
she was like, you know what, my mom and my dad are not together, and let me fucking spiral out, and let me be a bad kid, and let me fight and do whatever I can. But this girl is like, nope, I want to be a cop. I'm trying. She said it where she's like, I want to get bad guys so I can put them in jail just like my dad. Because again, she saw
Right.
a lot of abuse. So there's there's just two different, and then that comes again. If you work on your trauma, I believe that eventually she'll grow up and be like, okay, like I saw my mom be a badass, I saw my mom do this, and I saw that she wasn't. So I want to be that type of person.
I mean, it's just like I think Gerald who said.
Never the kids fall only the parents. Oh,
Yeah,
100%.
who said that? Which one was it? Joshua said it best, man. For real, it's never the kid's fault. The kid is taught based upon trauma. That's why I say trauma bonding is very real at a very young age. It starts at a young fucking age. You're either taught to be a peaceful, happy individual your entire life, or you're taught to go. The reason we go through hell is so we can die in peace, and that's just a sad story. The only time we fucking find peace is when we die. Most of the time, unless you find it yourself. But it's never the kid's fault. And you ladies are completely valid in your feelings, as is anybody in this country. If you have trauma, it's fine. And like you said earlier about some people talking shit, the best part about talking about situations and giving your testimony is you open up somebody else to open the door for them to talk about theirs. Because something in your story might match their story for them to talk about. That's why we started Welcome Wednesdays a few months ago, and it was doing real good until I fell off the fucking app for a while. But it was a place for people to come talk and have a moment to chill and and just let everything off their chest openly. It was all voluntary. Nobody had to do shit. But we done giveaways and shit. And I had 3 different people. I got a lot of friends. 2 of my friends on rehabs. And I have counselors. I have all kinds of buddies that can put people in places and situations they need to be able to get past the trauma. But if you can't find peace within yourself and you're not willing to, you're never going to have peace in life. And you're never going to find peace in a relationship or otherwise. It's never going to happen.
Yeah,
You're going to eat your soul out.
because like yeah, I'll tell my chat, and I said it where it's like my chat, you guys are more than welcome. Like I talk about my story so you guys could know that you guys are not alone, and then my chat is like open. Ah, but when it comes down to negative comments, I block. I block. I ain't got time for that. I don't have time for that because it's easy for people to say things when in reality, like for instance, there's been times where I'll talk about my story sometimes in detail and it's just little parts, not everything, right? And I remember I made a comment talking about like, oh yeah, he has 5 baby mamas, 7 kids or whatever. Like the one thing that a lot of people don't know how to do is listen and they just jump off because I could say like, oh yeah, he has 5 baby mamas, 7 kids, and because it has happened, some stupid ass female came in talking about like, well, if you knew he had all those kids and all those baby mamas, like, why did you fuck with him? Hold up. When the fuck did I ever say that I messed around with some dude with 5 baby mamas and 7 kids?
You know why most people
That's the
talk
whole
instead of
thing. That's the
listening,
whole
right?
thing. You get me? I'm going to try to go back to
Well,
bed.
most
Likewise.
people talk instead of listening because it's about relevance. They want to feel relevant in an irrelevant situation.
Yeah, and so
So
that's
like that's one of my biggest pet peeves. If somebody ever says, "Hey, I need to talk to you," or "Hey, you can talk to me," and you finally get me drunk enough to come out my feelings, because I very rarely ever talk about my shit. And the moment I'm trying to talk to you and you're trying to tell me what I can do different, fuck you, bitch. I'm gonna tell you straight up. Bye.
there's just certain there's two ways to go about it. There's a way where it's like, you're gonna share with me and you want me to listen, or are you gonna share with me and you want me to give you my opinion?
Thanks.
Because it's like, if you want me to listen, I'm gonna listen to you. If you want me to give you my opinion, I'm gonna give you my opinion. The same way when I tell people like when they come into my channel, like, Luna, can I ask for your advice? And I've always said I could give you advice on something that I've been through,
Right.
but if I've never been through it, I can't give you that advice.
Thanks. And that's a big pet peeve of mine, too.
Like, for instance, you can't ask me about co-parent. I don't know what it is to co-parent, because the one time when I tried to co-parent, he was worried about who I had it like in between my legs. So I can't tell you how co-parent, or if you should co-parent or what, because
Right.
I'd never really co-parent. So
And
I was like,
that's where the relevance standpoint comes back into play. It's like, if you want to be relevant and try to, so my big key is like, if somebody loses, like my mother, all right, we don't talk. So if you lost your mom today, I can't ever tell you I know how you feel.
Mm-hmm.
I will never look at you and lie, because I don't fucking have to lie to people. I'm not gonna lie. The worst part about a lie is trying to keep it going. If somebody loses somebody and I'm like, look, I don't know what you're going through, but I feel for you. You know what I'm saying? You have my remorse, dog. You know what I mean? If we're going to talk about it, I'll listen, but I will never try to put myself in your shoes, because, like, your mom might mean more to you than she does or my mom meant to me. So I could never feel your shoes and feel the pain you're going through on nothing. Just like your domestic situation might not have been as bad as Anna's domestic situation. So therefore, she can't feel your pain, or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can have the relevant remorse for
understand some situations, but she can't understand everything.
right.
And that's
Like,
why I say
all you can do is be remorseful.
yeah, because I would say like people's abusive relationship is not it's not the same. It's like there's emotional abuse, there's physical abuse, there's mental abuse, there's financial abuse, and you could be going through financial abuse, but I probably went through all of them, which I did, and it's like it's just not the same.
Right. And then you have all the negative aspects of it, where people are like, well, I don't need your fucking pity, when you're trying to be nice and be a helping hand or a listening ear. You know what I mean? Everything's different everywhere in every situation.
Yeah.
And it sucks. It's not good. Like, if I'm a firm believer, a hug a day keeps the suicide away. I mean, I got your 6 tattooed on me. I got 45 suicide shirts in my closet. Like, mental health matters, dog. You know what I mean?
We love the TikTok job.
Mental health matters big. And I mean, like, people's like, I got into a fight with a Marine at a bar in Florida one time a couple months ago, because he was like, "Why the fuck you got that tatted on you if you ain't never served?" I said, "I got your 6 in a semicolon that wasn't built by the military, homeboy. A semicolon was built for suicide awareness. So get the fuck out of my face." Like, it's about loving one another, brother and sisters. It's about caring what an individual's going through. And like you said earlier, though, a lot of people don't want to hear shit. God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, so you hear more. Or, I'm sorry, don't hear me. Listen to me.
That's because a lot of people
you're not listening. If you're listening, you can't.
This is what it is, that people are, like how you said right now, like, oh, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, but it's like the reason why a lot of people don't listen is because they're already thinking on what they're gonna say next. That's why when you hear someone that's very defensive, where it's like, no, but, and it's like, because they're not even worried about what you're saying. It's like they're trying to, justify the next excuse. Sometimes
And they're trying to make themselves feel better about their life because they don't know how to live theirs, so they're trying to give you advice on how to live. Like, I'm one of the world's worst. I can give the best advice in the world if you want to hear it, and tell give the best steps forward to doing the right things in life and making recovery options for stress, depression, anxiety, whatever you may be going through. And as a man, I've even been through DV. Like, it goes both sides on both the fences.
Yeah.
But you gotta find out where you stand and what they want from you. And most people just want to try to push their prerogative onto you and their agenda when they don't even know how to like. If your life is in shambles and Renison is trying to steal your TV back, don't try to tell me how to live and budget my life. You know what I mean? I see this a lot too. There's women out there that are in abusive relationships, but they try to tell another woman how to get away from an abusive. Like, shut up! You're walking around with black eyes saying a doorknob hit you on accident. Shut up! You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's why I always say like I could only give you advice on something that I've been through. Like if I'm going through, I'm like, oh, this is what I'm going through. I feel you or whatever. I understand that, but it's like, okay, this is what I went through. This is what worked for me, and it might work for you. And if it doesn't work for you, then
Yeah. And all we can do as people and caring individuals is give the best advice we know how to do. And I'm also a very, very outstanding person for accountability. If I'm wrong and I see something that said I'm wrong, I'll call you back. Now, listen, I said this wrong. I'm sorry. I try to speak nothing but facts. If I say something that was not fact, I'll call you back. Be like, hey man, I was wrong. This is what it is. And then, I needed this heart to heart tonight. I didn't have one in a minute.
And I feel like a lot of what we felt were like a lot of how you said mental health matters, and a lot of people, especially a lot of dudes, keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves because they think that they don't matter, and then because there's people out there who are willing to be like, oh my God, shut up or whatever, but those are the miserable people. Like the ones that.
I'll be honest with you. The only reason I jumped in here is because all I heard was men hating 24/7. So I was like, I gotta get in here and let them know that not every man's a piece of shit. You hear me? Boys are pieces of shit.
It's not. No, one thing I have always told my chat is like we've always said like just because like for instance like I went through shitty ass relationships. You get me? But just because I went through shitty ass relationship, it's not like oh fuck all these dudes. I do believe that there's a love out there. Do I believe that there's great men out there? Of course there is, but not just because and you're gonna have that mindset where it's like, oh, all these men ain't shit, but because you haven't healed. But again, it's not that we were hating. It's just again, it came down.
I just had to come in here and let them know both sides because
I just like how I told Christina. You just love yourself. Like once you just know how to be by yourself and you love yourself, you're going to love that peace. That you're not gonna want no one to ruin it. That you're not just going to allow anyone in your circle, which is valid because again, being hurt multiple times, it sucks.
That's facts, and it never stops hurting. And it never gets easier. But I think we've turned society into a trend because we're in a trending social world now. Like 10 years ago, you never heard the word narcissist or gaslighter.
It's just because a lot of people use the word narcissistic, like, oh, because he did this, oh, he's a narcissistic person.
Yeah. It's so easy to throw it out there. It's like a fucking pie. He's trying to throw it to his face.
Instead of really be like, okay, what is a narcissistic person?
And not just guys either. This is on both sides of the spectrum. Yep. Men call women gaslighters and narcissists just as quick. Because somebody has feelings and emotion doesn't make them a gaslighter or a narcissist.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of people. I'm one of those people that I'm very vocal, and it comes across.
Oh, I am too.
In wrong ways sometimes.
I'm vocal,
but I'm also the sweetest asshole you ever met, and I get called a narcissist all the time. But that's fine with me. I'll gaslight the fuck out of you. Give me the gas can.
Yeah. No, but I'm what is it called? I'm considered a bitch. I'm considered the problem. I'm considered everything. But because one, I speak my mind. Number two, because I don't allow the disrespect in the sense of like my peace. Like if I already told you once, that's just it. I'm not going to tell you again. You're a grown-ass adult. And that's just it. If I decide to cut you off and block you, then it's because again, I'm protecting my space. And if I come across, oh my gosh, she's a bitch, then so be it. I don't care who you are, what you are, how long you've been in my life. I'm going to cut you off. Like, that's just what it is.
Big facts.
But it goes back to, again, some people will allow to go, what is it called, some people are allowed, or no, are willing to do the work and move forward, and then there's some people who are not willing to do the work and move backwards. I'm the type that I'm okay, and my chat knows this, I'm okay sitting by myself at my own table. I have no problem, because once upon a time I was with an abusive narcissistic person that basically taught me how to fucking survive on my own. So if
Right.
whether I have one person behind me or I have 100 people behind me, I'm okay. Like starting all over. If again you're not there really being like truthful or looking for my best interest or whatever, you know. Like if you're okay
Yeah.
with me or you're okay, like I'm good. I'm done. And that's why I said like once I worked on myself and I was able to cut him off, I could cut off anybody. I have
Oh
family.
yeah.
I have family members blocked. I have people that I don't talk to. Why? Because I'm not going to sit there and be like hee hee ha hee hoo ha whatever. Like if we're besties or whatever. But then yet you're around people who are talking shit about me or what, like I'm good. No thank you.
That's big fact. Once you find peace in the hardest thing in life when it comes to some, because love is not something easy. When you give your all for somebody and you find a way to find peace in that after it fucked you over, you're a different kind of demon, dog.
Mm-hmm.
No, nothing can beat you once you find a way to cut something that you love more than yourself off.
Yep.
That's a big fact.
Yeah, but a lot of people, like I said, don't like to do the work and like or don't that they'll be like, you know what? I don't want to do the work, so I'm just gonna go back to dealing with the same shitty behavior just so I won't start from scratch.
Right.
You
See,
know.
that was my biggest problem when I kept getting out of institutions. I kept saying, I'm going to get clean this time, I'm going to get clean. And then by this time, I'd already burned all the bridges I had. Nobody trusted me anymore. And so when you're coming in and out of jails and you got nothing to start with from scratch and nobody even give you a fucking bed to sleep in with a pillow, and you keep going right back to that. It's so easy to go back to that same momentum because you already know that lifestyle, and that aspect touches everything: abusive relationships, nasty derogatory relationships, a shitty job, anything that keeps you held down because you're so used to it being common in your life. You don't want to give it up because you're afraid of change because you don't know how to change because you've never had that help to get up.
100%.
And that's why people need people, bro.
They
White,
need
black,
to
brown,
meet the
it
right
don't
people
matter.
around them.
People need people, but you gotta also, like you said earlier, you brought up the me circle. I believe in a straight line. I got me, me, and me, because I'm never gonna turn around and spit in my face, and I damn sure ain't gonna fuck myself.
No, but again, how you said you need people. You get me? Like you need people, and you're gonna when and how I said earlier that sometimes when it comes down to choosing peace, there it means there's gonna be a lot of goodbyes.
Yep, that's where people need to learn the difference in wants and needs. Because I don't need nobody, just like you said. I don't need shit. I'll figure it out on my own. I've dug through the mud 15 times. I want people in my life. I want good people. That's why my circles are now all. If you're so much as derogatory toward other people, I don't need you in my life. If I go to if I go to a bar with coworkers and they see somebody there and they start making fun of them, I automatically lose all respect for them. You're out of my circle, bro.
Like it's also it goes to again where the like a lot of people how it goes to the entitlement. A lot of people feel entitled because of their title.
Yeah,
A lot of people still allow people to disrespect them, oh, because that's my aunt, oh, because, you know, that's my cousin, or because, and it's like, no, at the end of the day, you choose, you were born into a family, which is a group of people, right? Like, if you're born into a group of
yeah,
people called family, you didn't choose those people. But when you choose your peace, when you choose your self worth, you choose who you surround yourself with.
yeah.
You get me? And it
And
goes
that's because
and it goes again to you are who you hang out with.
if you run with dogs, you'll get
There's
fleas.
there's a lot of people who are not willing to stand next to a person who doesn't give a fuck
Hmm.
because they're still the type of person who gives a fuck. Because
That goes with guilt by association. Because if you're like, even if let's say four guys were picking on somebody and done all this nasty stuff and vile shit, and then one of them's like, "Well, that wasn't me. I was just there with them."
no, that shows who
That's your buddy, bubs. So you're associated with them, so therefore you are them. If you lay with dogs, you don't get fleas. You are who you associate yourself with. Stay with a good group of people, and you ain't gonna have to worry about it. And that's like you said though, and like I've mentioned many times, people are just too afraid to cut people off because they feel like they need something.
Yeah, because I said it before. I cut people off super quick. And I remember someone went onto a live to talk shit about me, right? And this person said, "Oh, yeah, one thing about Luna, she doesn't know how to keep friends." Fuck no, I said it myself. I don't know how to keep friends. And the reason why I don't know how to keep friends is because, again, I cut people off because, again, I don't want to fucking deal with stupid behavior that you want to do, again, because I worked on my fucking piece.
So therefore, it's not that you don't know how to keep friends. It goes back to the disrespect thing we was talking about.
But exactly, but people don't know that. People don't know that because people are willing, again, people are willing to allow a lot of shit just to have people around because, again, they don't know how to be by themselves. And that's why I'm saying that there's a lot of people who, like, you can't be, there's people who are not strong enough to be friends with someone who's okay sitting in the table by themselves. Because when you can't be,
Don't ask me what I bring to the table because I am the table.
100%. 100%. But a lot of people are used to, oh, let me allow this, let me allow that because I want to be surrounded by people, because I want to have friends, because I want this, I want that. I remember someone had made a comment saying like, "Oh, well, who is she gonna invite to her party if she basically fights with everyone?" No, I cut off everybody. That's just what.
Right.
A lot of people that I cut off is because I defended other people from those people.
Well, not only that, we've came at peace with ourselves, and like I used to be the person. Somebody said, "Hey, you want to come party?" I never asked who was gonna be there.
No, but
Now I make sure to know everybody's gonna be at the motherfucker because if there's somebody that's fucking out there somewhere, I'm not gonna be there.
and then it goes to where it's like, okay, I'm gonna have a party full of what? People who have talked shit about me, people who have talked shit about each other. Like that's why
But
someone had said something to me the other day, and I was like, you know what? To me, it's funny because I'm okay sitting by myself, right? Like I'm okay sitting by myself because at the end of the day, when when I'm scrolling and I see boxes, I laugh because those people have talked shit about each other.
exactly, man.
And that's
That's one of my biggest fucking
why
posts.
I go to where I'm a bitch, I am this, I am that, because again, I speak my mind, but because I'm okay sitting in my own table. I
That's,
don't
that's why. That's why. You notice I used to be on this app all the fucking time. I don't get on here very much anymore at all, especially when I'm drinking. Because like if I say something bad about you, I'll promise you I'll say it to your face.
Mhm.
And I'm damn sure not going to associate myself with you in any shape, form, fashion, or manner after I've said what I've said. Especially if it's derogatory and bad. Because I'm not going to look like a fucking hypocrite. But back when, I don't know about your growing up, but my growing up, we was raised with a thing called a moral compass. Nowadays, we've disassociated the moral compass. It's always supposed to point true north, and we've associated dishonor, phone calls, dishonor, hate, and just derogatory statements all the time, and people just take it.
like
It's not that we're assholes, but I won't be disrespected, I won't be put upon, I won't be talked down to,
I've
ever.
shown I've shown my kids and my mom was like, no, you shouldn't do that, but that's just how I am. I've shown my kids that you know how like growing up they tell us like, oh, you have to respect them because they're older and this and that. I've shown my kids that that's just not how it goes in my house.
Right.
My house, you're going to respect that person until they give you a reason not to respect.
Thanks.
And that's just
I had an older lady tell me a while back. She said respect is earned, not given. I said, if you don't give it, how the fuck you expect it?
And then you know how like growing up they tell us like, oh, you have to say hi to everybody and this and that or whatever. I'm not gonna do that. I don't tell my kids go say bye to everybody. I remember one time one of my ex's aunts. Um, again, I used to go in and I used to say hi to everybody. I would go in the kitchen and be like, oh, hi, you guys. That's it. I've never was like, let me go handshake everybody. It was like, hi. And and the aunt had told his mom, like, oh, like, she didn't say hi to me or whatever. They're like, oh, one thing about Lily is she goes into a room, she says hi, and whoever gets it, gets it. And if you guys don't want to say hi back, then that's on you.
Right.
This is what I am. Like, bye. I'm not going to fucking sit. I'm not gonna go in every single room just to say bye to everybody, hand by hand. It's like, oh hey, bye. That's it. If you say bye, bye, and that's it. Like, but that's exactly what I tell my kids. Like, a lot of people feel entitled because of their title, and that's just not how it goes. You're gonna respect people until they show you reason not to respect them, and that's it. Whether it's an adult, whether it's a child, or whatever it is.
And my compass is based on the same things, but like I lose a lot of respect, and you learn if you have these kind of morals, you learn a lot about people real quick with a handshake and eyes. Like if somebody can't look you in the eye when they shake your hand, I lose all respect for you. Point blank simple.
I don't, just because I feel like there is people who can't look at people in the eye, just because like I can't shake someone and look at you in the eye. I'll be like, oh shit, like. But again, because it's my trauma, you get me?
Right.
It's like,
But I mean to an aspect. Like I'm not saying I'm going to disrespect him, but like therefore I don't trust you until I get to know you type shit. Right? Because if you can't look me in the eye, what would
she's
you?
ready for a callback.
What kind? What kind of vibes would you give me when I'm not around? I don't want people to associate me that would not take up for me in a room I'm not in. If you can't take up for me when I'm not there, don't take up for me when I'm there. Don't praise me when I'm here and then talk shit behind my back when I leave. Because then all you're gonna do is end up getting his hands.
You know what I don't understand? This is what I don't understand. I don't understand when people like talk about like someone where it's like, oh, I look up to this person and this and that or whatever, and then the next thing you know, they're talking shit about them. Like that, I don't.
You got a lot of
Like, wait, do you look up to them or do you not look up to them? Because I could have sworn you just said you looked up to this person, and all of a sudden you're talking shit. But why? Is it because you're hurt, or is it because you don't like the way that they're treating you, or what is it? Because it's just fucking awkward to me.
There's also that third aspect of like, what did you do to make them fucking not be the same person they was told you for you to look up to? 'Cause there's a
100%.
lot of people out there kicking us. Even a dog.
One is so
One thing in life that you cannot teach is physically impossible to teach is heart. If a dog has heart and you put him in a corner and you kick him every fucking day, eventually that dog's gonna say, "You know what, motherfucker, my turn." You hear me? Now I'm gonna bite. And people forget that, and that's a lot of the problem with the world these days. We stop punching motherfuckers in the mouth. And that's just dead ass straight facts. And I'll stand on that till the world's on fire. People start getting their ass whooped for being disrespectful to people. You hardly ever see a man take up for a woman. I was in Florida, and some dude like me and
Nate, how about you get off and call her back?
I'll call her back when I'm ready to go to bed.
She's about to go to sleep.
She was asleep earlier. Woke up.
Yeah, now she's gonna go back to sleep. So how about you get off, you go call her, and then you can come back.
I will when I finish my beers.
Oh Jesus! Oh no! Get off and call her.
But I'm gonna call her. But this is a funny story because like usually you don't see people take up for people, right? And I was waiting on my Uber outside of a fucking gas station because I walked from the bar to get some beer, and I heard somebody screaming and yelling at each other. So obviously you're gonna look, because I'm like, hey, is it a fight?
Listen to Lexi. Call her. We could talk all night. Latin. Get off and call her. Get off and call her. I'm gonna drop your ass.
I'm gonna call Mari.
I'm gonna call you
I'll get off
5.
and call Mari.
I'm gonna drop you in 5 if you don't call her now. Get off and call her.
Yeah, kick me out the box. Oh, yeah.
Not that I'm gonna get off and call Mari.
Get off and call her, and then you
I,
can come
I, I
back
would
on.
call Jerry, but he passed away. You know what I'm saying?
I fucking cannot with you. Not the Jerry. Now you bring up Jerry. Call her now.
I'm gonna call the homeless shelter.
Not the. What are you gonna call
Mm.
the homeless shelter?
Well, listen, y'all. Listen. Know that you're valid. You're worth it. You deserve it, and you are it. Don't ever
Go
let
call
nobody
her and then come
down,
back,
talk you down, and talk shit. All right.
and then we
Stay
can come
true
back.
to yourself, and you stay true to the world. You know?
Yes, go call her, and then you can come back on. I fucking
Oh
made.
my God. He's going
I
off.
I thought I heard that wrong when he said my name. I was like, what?
I know. I thought he was talking about you, but he meant Mari on
can't.
TV.
Mari and
Oh,
Jerry. Fucking
ay
name.
Dios.
Oh
No,
my gosh.
dude, it's just like, man, there's like so much. It's crazy.
Is Christina still here? Or did she leave?
No, she texted me. There was a what was it? The four attachments. There was like a book. I think that she wanted. It was I think it was for. I'm already excited for Florida.
I know, Lucky. I wish I was going to Florida.
I'm like, dude, I'm like, oh, finally.
I'm excited for Japan.
I know your
You're
cruise.
going, Mari? Hello?
Yeah, we're going to
Oh,
Japan.
how fun. When?
Not sure when it depends, because obviously he's a teacher. And so
Uh-huh.
sometimes he does summer school and sometimes he doesn't. So it all depends if he gets selected to summer school. Typically, we
Oh,
take
okay.
off like the day at like, for example, let's say he finishes school on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be gone by Sunday.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you guys are gonna do like a quick
Well,
sudden
it's
trip.
so it's not. How do I explain it? He's a planner when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
like he spends months like doing research, trying to figure out what we're gonna do, like as far as like the itinerary goes. But as
Yeah.
far as booking,
The
he
flight is
doesn't
gonna
book.
be like last minute.
It's like the day of, like, and he kind of just looks for like he keeps an eye on like the flights to kind of monitor like what the prices are and stuff. So then he has an idea.
Though I know,
Yeah.
like the first time, so when I met Maria, and she was
Mm-hmm.
telling me how he was. I think it was for was it Christmas or when was it that you guys like packed and you're like, I'm ready to go, and you're like, I only got like this amount of hours.
Well, when we went to it was when we went to what was it? Where did we go?
Was it like
New
Utah or
Mexico. No, we went to, was it New Mexico or was it Texas?
no?
Or was it when we went to Mount Rushmore?
Yes.
Yeah.
So she's like, I have this amount of hours to pack. So she's like packing, and she's like, okay, like this is what we're doing, and he had like his schedule, like a whole ass.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So it's like we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing that. You know how like other people go to trips and we're like, what do we do? Or okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna
just
do
go with the
this.
flow. He
No,
has an
no, this dude is
itinerary.
like da 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 like soldados, and I was like, what the hell, Marie?
But that's just who he is. As he's a very A-type personality. But obviously you can't book flights when you have two little ones. You like say like if you book a flight and then the kids end up getting sick, he lost
Yeah, like
money
you
on the
never know.
flights. Yeah. So like, was it last summer when we went to Disneyland? I literally had like an hour to pack.
Oh yeah, también
Oh
esa.
my gosh, that's kind of stressful.
Not really, because okay, so I already know, right? That it's not like I don't know that we're traveling. I already know that we're gonna travel. So I already like I'll typically will go to like Target and buy like all like the travel size,
Yeah,
and I
you're
keep
ready
and so I'm ready, and
somewhat.
I keep like up to date with like the laundry and stuff, and make sure that everything's washed.
Yeah,
So then I kind of just have stuff already put aside, so it's kind of easy to just put stuff together, if that makes sense.
yeah,
I feel like mine was easy because I ordered everything new.
So yeah, because like I know I'm going to Japan, so I'm gonna start looking to see what like the weather's gonna be like. So then I kind of have an idea of like what I'm gonna wear and stuff. But for the most part, I live off of tights and t-shirts. because it's all
Yeah.
on the go
If
go.
you're
Like,
simple, then it's easy for you. Yeah.
yeah, it's all like on the go 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 go. Take two pairs of good tennies and vámonos.
Yeah.
See, like with being for Florida, I already have the itinerary, so I know what we're doing. So it kind of makes it easier, and it's like, okay, I could do this, I could do that. Thank you for the follow. Where it's like, I could do this, I could do that. You know, and
Yeah.
the outfits are perfect because then I always say there's times where I've taken clothes, like when I went to Chicago, I had outfits already put on, and I was like, okay, these are the outfits I'm gonna take. So when I got over there, I didn't even like the way that it ended up looking. So it was like, okay, I don't like it. Let me fucking switch.
Yeah.
Because it's so different. Like for instance, like right now, going to the airport, I know I'm gonna wear my New Balances, my tights, and a t-shirt, maybe like a hat or whatever.
And they keep like all like the chargers and stuff, like all the portable stuff charged, and the kids stuff for the most part keep packed and stuff. Like I'll buy the kids like new clothes and stuff, so it's not that stressful. It's fun though.
Yeah. It's worth it.
Yeah. And it's like I
Worth
know
the
I know ahead of
stress.
yeah, and I know ahead of time that we're traveling, so it's not like I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's always been like that since I've met him, and I've been with him for 8 years, 9 years now.
Hmm.
So it doesn't
Well, at
bother
least
me.
he likes to travel. That's a good thing.
Yeah, well, he's a teacher. Well,
Yeah.
he's a principal now,
I
or vice
want
principal.
I want my future person to be spontaneous.
Right.
Remember
I
how
know
like
mine is too.
yours?
Yeah. I mean, when he can, he works a lot, but I mean, we try to go on like a trip a year, like with the family and stuff, which is nice. I'm down for it. But like this last time we went to Idaho to visit the family, but he couldn't because he works a lot. Yeah, and he couldn't take time off. So just me and the baby went with his family, which it kind of sucked, but I'm like, I'm good. They helped me a lot, which really helped because yeah, she's like 2.5, which is a lot.
Did you guys fly or drive?
Yeah, we flew.
And flying with a kid is stressful.
It kind of is, but thankfully the flight was only like 1 to 2 hours, and she did pretty good. Like she just took a nap, and she's a pretty good baby, so it
That's the
was
only thing
easy.
that's the only thing I'm dreading is this 18-hour flight.
Yeah, that's a long time.
Because usually the boys are, they're 6 and 5. Well, six, they'll be 6 and 5, so they're easier. They can he bought them luggages like where they can roll, but they could
Hmm.
also like carry at the same time. They can put it on
Oh
their
yeah.
shoulders as like a little backpack, so it's like rollies with a backpack.
Oh nice.
But in the past, I just put their stuff in like what Luna's taking the backpack, and then like a carry on, and then that would be for myself and the kids.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna end up taking a check-in.
Oh, you're gonna do a check-in?
I try. We try to do the carry-on and the person.
Yeah, I think it's better that way you don't have to like stuff everything and not have room.
Yeah. So the with all the clothes is going. All the
Just like make sure, like because you just never know about your suitcase getting lost, that you take, like you stuff some clothes in one of the bags that you're taking with you, and God forbid that one of the bag that you're checking in gets lost.
Yeah, I always think about that too. That's why I said like bring your makeup, your chargers like with you. Some backup, maybe like backup outfits.
oh, that makes sense. That makes
Just because you never know. Like there's a TikToker that I actually follow that she's in Jamaica right now with her husband, and they lost all three of their luggages, and the only thing they had, or the only thing she had was like her carry-on, but her carry-on had like her computer.
very good. Yeah, that's when Jordan was like, "Oh, put it on your." I was like, "No, not my laptop. No, wait, what?"
Thank you, Nate.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I always think the worst. Like, what if my luggage gets lost? Thankfully, it's never happened, but I've heard of it happening, and that would suck.
And then too, because the other thing is that flights can get delayed, and then you're stuck in like limbo. Because that happened to us when we went to Miami. Our flight got delayed due to weather and ended up getting canceled. It was this whole hot mess.
And I told her, I was like, I'm going to Florida. She's like, there's a hurricane. I was like, no, there's not. Mom. There's no damn
Just
hurricane.
be prepared for Florida, whether it is.
I feel like Florida. I mean, I've been to Florida, and I've been to Florida around the same time. Yeah, I've been to Florida around this time.
Because it is
Like
the
humid,
humidity,
probably. Yeah.
the humidity is horrible.
Um, yeah, it was. Um, da, 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 da. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay, Florida was. Where are you at? Yeah, Florida was May 24th.
Also,
Florida was May 24th, 2021.
so then you know what the humidity feels like.
Yeah.
Because it was definitely a shocker for me when we got on
Yeah.
the airport.
When we
Like when
went
we
to
got off,
Cancun,
walked through the thing out of the airport,
Exactly.
I was like, Lord Jesus,
right? I was wearing glasses, sunglasses in Cancun. It was super humid, and I walked out and they fogged up like immediately. I was like, "What the hell?"
Look
right?
at look at Jacob. This is when we went to Florida.
That's so
Oh,
cool.
how cute! He's so little.
He's fucking huge now. Look at the dog.
Whose dog?
That's the dog he got when
Oh, okay, I think I remember that.
and it's funny because I actually have court paper like that. He was supposed to give me back that dog and he never did, but
Dang, that's a huge dog.
mhm.
Do you want the dog back?
Fuck no.
Luna's all, I want the dog too.
No, I when I that was when I first had filed and the dog was like involved or whatever. But that's why I said like every time like even when some shit had happened to the dog, like I picked him up and I took the sister to the dog to the vet. Like I did the paperwork and I had to fucking take pictures of what they were charging him. So they charged him for the dog 1,242. And he was fucking pissed. He was talking shit, talking about like, oh, that dog has nothing to do with you. Like, leave. Da, da, da. Like, okay, your mom was the one that called me, but that was when I was like basically not giving a fuck.
Ay, ay, ay.
And then this was a night that I actually went. So this night I went out with the sisters. This night I had gone out with the sisters. Fun fact that was the night that look with the sisters or whatever. And that was the night that his fourth baby mama had told me that the mom had called him to let them know that the kids were there and that he went to go see the kids because she had called them like the kids are here. And she was saying how I was lagging it to leave with them. And she was saying how they were parked in the other side of the house. And by the time that they got there, he went in, something happened, he left. She drove to the house and she was pregnant and he had like slapped her across the face. And I was like, damn.
Wow.
I was like, who would have thought?
Está la mala vida.
Yep. Like I even had gone. Like I even was look like that's the mom, right? That's the mom. Like, we had even had gone to
family vacay, and family vacay, and they knew that fourth baby mama was pregnant, and they never told me anything. I ended up finding out with the kids when all that shit went down with the kids.
Oh my god, that's not cool.
You know, and then when he found out about him, oh, he went insane.
Who's that?
Sheriff Woody.
Oh, okay.
He
The guy
got
you were
one.
talking about earlier, right?
Yeah, when he found out about him, oh my god, his sister, I had posted something, and then he asked his sister, and then his sister had told him, and I was like, what the fuck does it matter, my boy? What does it matter? Wait, who is that? Sheriff Woody. Hello. There's a story to him.
Sheriff Woody. That sounds funny.
I call him Sheriff Woody. There's a story to him, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Everything happens for a reason.
100%. Like, I look at it and I'm like, damn. What is that one song? It is me. I forgot. There was a song to it. There were certain songs that I had played in my chat one time, and I was like, oh, he had dedicated me this song. He dedicated me this. There's someone dedicated me this song. That was who it was. Ah! Do you guys ever remember the song? La Cima? And I played it on live one time. Were you guys here?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, yeah, that one was him. And then there was another
I
song.
have to hear the song because I don't know songs by names.
And then there was another one. And then he had dedicated me the song En esta vida no se pudo. Have you heard that one?
No, I don't know too many Spanish songs.
No.
I don't know the names. I just
I
know
mean,
what it
maybe
sounds
if I
like.
hear it, but
Yeah.
Watch. This one? I don't know if it's this guy. Hold on. No. No. Not this one. Oh, this one. Is this one? Whole story behind it. A whole story. We talked in 2021, and then we talked in 2022, and then some shit happened, and then we talked last month. But that was just it.
okay. Is he the sheriff guy? Obviously, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I think I remember something about lunch or bringing lunch or something like that. On one of your, or maybe from your story. I don't know. Something that had to do with lunch. No?
No,
Or he took you lunch, or you took him lunch.
no,
Or maybe not. Maybe I'm confusing it.
yeah, no. Mm-mm. No, there's another story with the cop though.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm thinking of that one.
Yeah, that cop. I had met him when I had pulled up to go to the foster care. I mean, not the foster care, the foster parents. Because remember how I used to go visit them. Um, so I had pulled up and I parked, and they ended up pulling up and they're like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah." So then they saw my kids get off the car, and then I was like, "Why?" They're like, "Oh no, it's because this area is known for people to like who want, to like." They pull up here, and I was like, "Oh no, like they live right there, but there's no parking, so I'm parking here." And he's like, "You look familiar." So then I was like, well, I came out on the news, and he was like, he was in my case. He was one of the guys I was searching. And yeah, and then after that, he's like, here's my card or whatever. And then he started following me on social media. Then from there, he would like message me or whatever. And then he wanted me to take him food. And then one day he had like invited me to go to his house to go get what is it called, to eat dinner. And he was gonna cook me and everything, but I was like, no, like I have my kids. And he's like, bring your kids. And I was like, fuck no. Fuck no. They had asked me, they seen Sheriff Woody once, but they only asked about him, like, oh, who's that? Because I had gone to an event with him, and we had gone to like a ruta, and then he left his keys in the middle of my car, because then his cousins or whatever took his truck and everything else, or they stayed there or something like that, because it was like a campsite type shit. And I ended up getting what is it called, a hotel like right like by, and he ended up obviously going with me, and I had the keys. He left his keys there, and I went to go pick up the kids, and then he called me up and he's like, my keys stayed in your car. So I was like, oh shit. So I went back to drop them off, but by that time I had the kids in the car already. And so I ended up the kids were like, who's that? But other than that, like, they've met like the group of like guy friends that I had, but it was with everybody. Like, it was never alone.
Yeah, they're just friends.
Yeah. Well, this is the first I heard of him. Really? No, I've talked. It's because I haven't really even talked about him. Like, I don't. He was known to my OG. He's known to my OGs. Like, my OGs like know about him. They knew what
As
he
Sheriff Woody.
he knew. They knew what he played in my story. Yeah. I haven't really talked about the only like I talked to him. I did talk. He was the first person after so it was my what is it called? It was baby daddy's client, the guy that I didn't know about. It was him, and then I didn't talk to nobody for months. And then I talked to him, and then again I didn't talk to nobody for months. And then it was him again. And then I didn't talk to nobody. And then I tried talking to the guy who was like I did my high school like crush. And then 3 months later I talked to this one guy. And then after that it was nobody for months. And then it was Jose. And then it was nobody for months. I talked to Ace. And then he tried coming back and I blocked him. I was like, nah, my boy. And now it's just me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I. I don't know. We'll see what happens with my love life.
Just give it to God.
Yeah. Like, sometimes I'm like, man, you know what? I'm like, I'm okay being by myself, but then there's sometimes I'm like, damn, like, I want a godly man.
He will come when you least expect it.
Maybe
Watch
you'll
and
find him
see.
at church. No,
What church? I don't even go to church.
you need to go to church.
Like, I need to go to church. No, it was so funny. I went to this event with my mom, and it was like the church. And then I was like, oh my God, he's really good looking. And I was like, oh, ese es el novio de Adriana. But it was my sister's boyfriend.
Oh my God.
You know, like when your family wants you with someone like, what's el novio? So
Yeah.
that's what they said. I was like, oh, never mind. Like, that's awkward. But he was like, yeah, he was like an older dude. He looked like he was in his 30s. But he was really, really attractive. I don't know. I'm over. I don't know. I question a lot of things. I question a lot of things. I'm like, it's crazy how, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm really going through something mentally and it's like awkward. Is that weird? Mm-hmm.
What is this? You have
You on
70.
vacation yet? No, Nate, not yet. I'm leaving Friday. I'm leaving Friday. What
How do
happened?
you claim ribbons?
How do you claim ribbons?
Yeah, it says you have 70 unclaimed ribbons that will expire in 10 minutes.
Oh, I think it's from the Heart Me's.
Maybe?
Yeah, we go to Heart Me's. It says like claim ad or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You see it?
I think I did it.
Or it's like the Heart Me's like ad and
3 unclaimed. What
partying the weekend. I am. I'm actually like I was just telling my child that I'm getting out of my like I'm already mentally preparing myself that I'm gonna be around a lot of people. Is that weird? No, huh? Did I mentally prepare myself?
No, I think you need to. I mean,
I feel like, oh my God, I'm gonna be around a lot of people. Cause then I already know myself and I'm gonna start shaking and that you know what? That would happen with Jose too. The second time I had met up with him when I went to Chicago the second time, like I knew I was gonna be happy to see him, but it was so weird because when he was in front of me, all I did was I was shaking, like I was scared.
all nervous like a little dog.
Like or if I was like nervous, I don't know what it was, but I was like, oh shit. You know what's fuck? Like it was so weird that yesterday I was even like, fuck, like why do I even miss the dude? Like despite of the stupid shit he would do, like he was funny to talk to. He would say
Yeah.
stupid ass shit, and I would tell him some stupid ass shit, but it was like damn, like I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. You choose, you know.
hmm
A
Yeah, you need
couple.
a couple drinks to loosen up, I think.
We're gonna bust a fucking march, a fucking a raspada scab in my chin and my forehead. Age, like the
Oh my god. No, no sliding in DMs, okay?
remember? I cállate, dude. That was funny. So remember how I had a scab right here?
Mm-hmm.
So a piece of my hair like se cortó, right? Because of the scab. That legit it's growing and I could like feel it. It's
Oh my
like
god, little
right
peach
there.
fuzz.
Yes. But I mean you can't really tell because tengo ya entradas, but yeah, you could kinda I was
Oh my
dying.
god.
Dude, when the fuck do you see me with my forehead like this? Never. Like I'm telling you, I have um like it was so weird. I just broke out. Super weird. And they said that rice water is really good. No?
Sorry, I was washing my hands. I turned the mic off. Yeah. Well, I use that Korean one.
The rice
It's
water?
crazy though, because I'm super sensitive. Yeah, it has rice in it. But that I'm okay with that. But like certain makeups make me break out. But you said you're detoxing, so maybe it's that.
Yeah, because I've never detoxed. And then who did I tell? I forgot. I was like, dude, like even detoxing is crazy because like even using the restroom, like it smells different.
Yeah, it's
They're
a
like,
lot more clean, I'm sure.
Yes, detoxing is a whole nother beast. You smell all kinds of different
yeah.
things coming out of your body,
Because at
and
first I was like, what the
the color
fuck?
is not normal either.
Mine was like TMI green.
No,
I think you
Mine.
need to go to the doctor. No, I'm just kidding.
Now
no,
what?
no, she's fine.
No, yeah, no, I'm just kidding.
No, but then it was weird, and now that I haven't used it right now. I haven't done it for like what 3 days, and it's like back to like it's getting back to normal, but still I was like, shit, what the fuck? Like detoxing is no fucking joke. Guess is
I
real.
I've never done a detox, but I kind of want to try it.
You actually feel a lot better.
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
rid of the bloatness in your stomach. Like I do the must be Cindy.
Uh-huh.
I just make sure that I do it at night and I don't have anything planned like that I'm going to be away from the house for like a long period of
Yeah,
time
that's kind of scary.
just because you never just know.
Have you heard of the chupa panza tea?
Yeah,
I've heard of that
I've heard
one.
of that one. I have the, what is it, the piñalín? I've done piñalín.
Oh yeah.
Piñalín, no, like te duele mucho el estómago with piñalín, at least for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
tenía muchos like dolores de panza.
Mhm.
And so I didn't like that. The other one that's good too is the detox from Daisy.
Okay.
She
Oh,
has she has a detox pills. Hers are good too. Yes, those don't make you feel like the must be Cindy one as far as like having to run to the bathroom.
yeah, the ones I'm doing, you don't have to run to the bathroom. You just kind of like, where it's like, okay, I need to use the restroom. Like, I done it at night and it won't hit until like the morning.
Okay. Which ones do you take?
I take one, it's like a 7-day one. I have it on the TikTok shop. It's like colon something, I don't know
Oh
what.
wow. I need to try it.
And it's like a prune one. But I was even telling my sister that I was like, it's so weird because again, I've never detoxed. So when I was like the whole detoxing, so you know how like when you feel big, you just feel big and like nasty?
Yeah.
Like even though when you and so when you detox, you still obviously feel big, but you don't feel like like you feel actually like
Like
really,
cleanse kind of.
yeah, like cleansed or whatever. And then Ellie was the one that had told me because she was like, "Are you losing weight?" I was like, "Honestly, I don't even know." She was like, "Try on the jeans. Remember how I used to do the tagging ones?" And I was like, "I'm
Yeah.
gonna wear this to fit into these again." And I don't, whoever was it, I don't know if you guys were in that chat where I try to like when I was in the other and I try to put them on, and they were the thighs, like they weren't going up.
I don't
Now
remember, but I remember you saying they
Yeah, I remember when you were trying to put them on and you couldn't put them on.
it didn't fit, and
Yeah.
now they're right now. Look where they're at. I was even surprised. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then Ellie was like, "Let that be your inspiration." And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I wasn't even expecting that.
right.
Look where they're at,
Oh wow.
and they were not even going up my thighs.
That's nice because you couldn't even get them past your thighs.
I could, and this was 7. And keep in mind, these jeans used to fit me the beginning of last year, and then the end of last year, they were not even going up my thighs. But it's because I haven't drank the way. Remember how I used to drink all the time?
Yeah.
I haven't drank like that.
Yeah. Alcohol will make you put on weight for sure.
Mm,
Well, and then I feel like emotionally, we tend to like snack more. We're going through stuff.
that's true
Well,
too.
I like to snack regardless, but
No, no, that's true though. Like it does. Like I would get nervous and then I would eat. I would do something and it's like I would eat and it's like "Puro comida, puro comida." I was like, fuck. Como por todo. Right now, like yesterday, I ate carne asada and if I felt bloated, but I didn't even finish eating. You know,
The carne asada is heavy to begin with, especially when you're detoxing. Te queda pesado.
yeah. And then I think once you get used to it, like things start to hurt your stomach. Once
Yeah.
you like eat clean, bad food starts to like mess you up.
Yep.
yeah, because I couldn't even finish like the rice. Like I okay, so me sirví like how I normally would me sirvía like the rice, the macaroni, like everything. And this time around, I couldn't finish the meat. I didn't even finish the rice. Like I was already halfway my plate. And I was like, I'm full. Like I just can't. But it was because remember too that I was eating junk. Like I was eating burgers, pizza. I was eating out. Like I was door dashing almost every day.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was. bad too. Matthew, right now, I've been having him. He's starting to do like he'll do his shakes. He'll ask me for shakes, or he's like on that protein, and I've been on it too with him. And you could tell like his stomach went down.
Yeah, those protein shakes are good. My little one asks for them all the time.
Oh, for shit. And they're pretty good with the peanut butter.
You put actual peanut butter or the peanut butter powder?
No, the peanut butter.
Oh, there's a protein out there. I used to do it.
Wait,
When I
what
was,
is the peanut butter supposed to do? Isn't it supposed to help your butt grow or something like that?
it's good. It's a good source of
Yeah,
protein.
protein.
There's a peanut butter powder out there. It tastes bomb. It tastes like it's like a Mexican candy that used to be like peanut buttery. That's what it reminds me of, like the powder.
Mm.
There you go.
I know I need to get more creative with like cooking clean.
I honestly, all I make is rice and chicken, and I just make the chicken like a
Yeah, that's
different.
really all you can make in veggies.
Yep.
I mean, I try to most of the week, but it's like sometimes I just crave like something fried, you know?
Oh my god, someone just messaged me and like she said something to me and then she just said, I thought I was alone until I heard your story and realized I wasn't. God bless you forever and protect you.
Oh,
Oh man. Oh man. Dude, right now, like have you been catching up Lexi with the Ace family?
you know what? Yes. My sister was telling me about it. Yes, on Mother's Day. Was that yesterday? Yeah, yeah. Today's Monday. I'm like, what freaking day it is? Is it? Um, she was reading it and then she was telling me, and I was like, I told her to send it to me this morning, and then I read, yeah, some of it. I was like, oh my gosh, so sad.
He brought it up. He spoke about it today on Snap.
Yeah, I seen that. There's a bunch of like tea pages talking about it right now.
Yeah. And I was like, we were talking about it earlier with the chat, but I was just like, at this point, honestly, like people are just kind of like missing the concept, and him airing out her shit is like pulling away from what really happened.
Yeah,
Because I was
he's
like,
just trying to.
it's her just talking about how she felt. Hello, Turner, like what she felt during that relationship. You get me? Because she could have
Yeah,
talked about of all the cheatings, but she didn't. She just spoke like on her first time realizing or whatever the case was. But then I was saying how like people fail to realize like there's certain people, like for instance, right? Like if I write a book, right? And like again it goes back to I talk about my ex a lot because he's played a big part of my story, of my life. Because it's like, dude, I'm 34. I dealt with him for 12 years.
yeah, your whole adulthood.
Like that's legit, yeah, like my whole adulthood. And so that's what it is with her. You know, they were together for almost 10 years and that's what they dealt with. Like that's she's not that old. And so then how like so she talked about like that, right? But and then he's over here pulling it to where, well, she told me not to make her look dumb.
Yeah, but I don't think she meant it like that. She just
That's what
didn't want him to cheat, you know.
I took it as, if I'm telling my man I don't want you to make me look dumb, it's like you better not cheat. Like I don't want you to make me look
Exactly.
dumb.
Not you can go cheat.
And you see how he took it, like, oh well, she took me like I could do it, but I have to. He's like, so I did it, and I did it under like trying to be not sneaky, but trying to keep it private or whatever. But it's like you getting to the point because other T pages had talked about it. There was a podcast that I seen. There was a podcast that I seen that there's two. One of them talked about how there was a group of females that they were so called like the nannies or whatever, that he had said that he had got from an agency, but that he was sleeping with all of them. And
Wow.
there was another one where it said like it was her friend. It was her friend, and that her friend um had to say that he DM'd her whatever, but that he wanted her to tell Catherine that it was through an agency or whatever. It was like the same kind of like the same thing with that one. Then there was another situation with another female that he was cheating. That female left the lip gloss or something. So then he called one of his friends and was like, "Oh, it's so and so," and that she was like, it's yours, right? And then that she said that she felt bad, so she covered for Austin and said, yeah, that it was hers, but it really wasn't. So it's like if she really knew, why would she go crazy asking the other girl like, is this yours? I think he's just trying to manipulate Jay. I think he's just trying to manipulate the situation like a narcissist would. Because he
Yeah.
got exposed, he's trying to switch it up on her. So that's why now he aired out her shit. But at the same time, don't sit there and say that you're worried about the kids or you're scared for like that you're worried about the kids or that you're protecting the kids because when you cheated, you weren't worried about the kids. So they like when you're dealing with a narcissist, like that's what they try to like change it up, you know? So
Yeah.
like her doing whatever she's doing and all that, like, okay, now that's the part where it's like, okay, like you're wrong and I get it, you're being spiritual and stuff. And then how he said like, oh, she didn't want to mess with me for like a whole year. She didn't want to give me shit. But it's like I wouldn't want to fucking I mean, I remember getting to a point that it even took me 3 months to say I love you to the dude again. Because
Yeah,
and
not only that, but she was having kids like back to back. Dude, you're fucking overstimulated. Like, you don't want to do shit, like
And
just
having
with
that
the
many
duties.
kids is a
And
lot.
that's probably why.
Yep.
Men don't even understand, men do not understand that. Like,
Y luego si era huevón y no le ayudaba with the kids.
but and then also too because men fail to realize, because let's be honest, men fail to realize that not only is a woman's body going through a whole different thing of like her body is changing, the stretching of her skin, the way that her organs and all of that are shifting, her bones are even like how your spine like it opens up, to make room for another human to be, born or whatever, like to be in you or yeah, I mean that's a kind of sounded weird, but you know what I mean. It's so weird. But
just
like just
mentally,
to
like all the new duties, and then just constantly going all day tending to your kid and cleaning and
but not
dishes
even
and
that.
cooking. It's just, you don't want to do shit.
No, but not even that. Like women lose their lives having babies.
Yeah, we really do.
It's a whole big thing, and guys just like, oh well, she's just having a baby. Oh my god, she's pregnant. But it's like, dude, you don't know if
The
your life is.
sacrifice for sure.
Yeah, you
Look
don't
at
know
that nurse, that TikTok nurse that died
what.
after having a baby.
Who?
There's a nurse on TikTok here that created like a study guide for nurses to pass the boards. She ended up dying after her baby was delivered due to complications.
Really, how sad.
But you see, like men don't see that, and it's like when they're like, oh, we sacrifice a lot, like, that's why when they tell us like, oh, after you have a baby, like you can't do certain things and you can't do this, like they think it's just a fucking joke and be like, oh, okay, well she was just pregnant. Like, no, fucking educate yourself and understand that a woman could lose her life giving birth. And for you to fucking act like this during her, like during all of that, during the part where after giving birth, like learning, there's women who end up getting crazy stretch marks. Their body is like, por eso como esa gordita, what's her name? Julia, homie, like that girl Julia that was talking shit about Wendy and her body and stuff. And like how there's women out there who talk shit about like Wendy's body because of her skin, but it's like, do you not know how women, like if you're a woman that gave birth and your body shaming another woman who gave birth and her stomach or whatever, like you look stupid as fuck because you obviously are not understanding like it's out of our control.
Yeah, no, she's probably just, I haven't seen that, but she's probably just hating on her and doesn't know what else to say.
No, because
Oh my gosh.
so Wendy's skin is like bad.
Oh,
It's
really? I
like
haven't
it's
seen.
like when you watch. It's like when you lose weight and it just stays like saggy and wrinkly. Like it's really, hold on. It's like,
Geraldine, I had preeclampsia too. I delivered at 32 weeks. It
let's
was
see.
traumatic. I'm like, I know that's why I like pause on having another because I'm like, I get nervous, you know?
Yeah, watch.
Thankfully, we're both okay, but.
Like, look at her stomach.
Oh, okay.
But it's like, it's like,
But
you know,
dude, she had a baby. Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like that there's a lot of that men don't realize. Like after even giving birth, like learning how to love our bodies because some stay with stretch marks. Your stomach doesn't go back to normal and things like that. Well, it takes a while being adjusted back to like our skin, our body, understanding like okay, crap, we gained weight or we lost weight or whatever the case is, and it's a vulnerable we're in a vulnerable state for them to act like oh well he was cheating acting like it wasn't gonna hurt her like it really was, it really was, but it's just to me it's just insane. And then he's mad because like oh well she wrote a book and she's trying to make money off of it. Like you're mad because you couldn't do it from the beginning. Well, you could have because again you
yeah.
didn't owe her anything. You guys weren't together anymore. I mean you didn't you you're asking her for permission to post a video, but yeah, you didn't like make it make sense. But you cheated on her, like you make it make sense. Stretch marks are just brush strokes on a canvas created by a beautiful painting. Isaiah, we were just talking about your cousin. Go to bed, bro. Now we're talking about your cousin. We're talking about the tea. Talking about the tea.
Oh my God.
We're talking about the tea. Everyone is. Yeah, we're talking about how is what is it called? He a whole ass narcissist. That's part of why I have the one. Yeah, like I think it's just like at this point, like men don't understand. Like when you're giving birth, like you're in a whole ass. He said, "Nah." He said, "Nah."
We're
Oh,
siding with Catherine, and that's it. No, I'm just kidding.
that's Austin's cousin.
Shut up. Really?
Yes, that's why when he would talk, I'd be like, I can't give you a chance. You're related to the Meg Brooms. No, thank you. They both did their shit. No, no, no. Of course, like towards the end, but you know what? At the end of the day, I don't blame her. A woman's gonna deal until what is it called? They're gonna deal in the beginning. Same. In the beginning.
I mean, I'm sure everyone has a
I
story and
yeah
history, and
yeah.
nobody's perfect, but doesn't make it okay, you know?
And at the end of the day, it's her talking about her story. She just made a book out of it, and you can't get mad at her talking her truth.
Listen, he's wrong too, but they had an open relationship. That's something he did tell me in the beginning because we did remember because I had made a comment to Isaiah like a while back, and then he was like, "Ah, like they both had what is he did say he's like they both had their shit like they both were doing the same shit." But he had said this way before. He had said that way, way, way before. This was what like a year ago? No, 2 years ago, because I remember like my birthday when we lived at that house 2 years ago. She's just smart. She wrote the book, but she's not gonna put all her business in it. Yeah, we talked about this 2 years ago, and he had said the same thing. He was like, "Nah, it was both of them," and that's why I make fun of him. I said, "Nah," I said, "No, you're a Meg Broom." She wants, she wants to try and play victim. I just said like to me at the end of the day, like. I put both. It's both because of what she's also doing now. Whatever he said. But then you can't sit there and say that you care for your kids when you were cheating. Like when you were cheating, you didn't care for your kids. She's wrong, but she is too. I just know her person. Yeah, like you know her more. So you know what I mean? Like you know her more. You know for what it is. Where are you at now?
At the end of the day, she's going to make money off of her story to be able to survive and take care of her family.
Now he is too, because on Snap they be paying. Trust me, those people are watching right now. I had Ellie had to download Snap real quick to go fucking look at his shit because they had because okay, let's be honest, and I'm gonna be honest. When they posted the snaps here, they posted it to make him look like he was like the only bad one, like trying to like what she said to the like to that. So when people are like, no, like now I'm on his side or whatever, and they started reading it, like reading the comments, I went to go look for him on Snap because I don't follow him. And then and that's why I said like what she's doing now is like not okay.
And two, it's a portion of her book, so it's clickbait. So it's going to get everybody to go buy the book because it was clickbait.
Hmm. But I think that that's the purpose with anybody. They have to do a hook, and that was her hook. You know what I mean? That legit was her hook. Her hook was, I'm gonna fucking talk. Because he said, he's like, when you write your biography or whatever, it's like, oh, hi, my name is so and so. And you start talking about yourself. But he was like, no, she started talking about me. They're smart as fuck. Want to know what's wild, though, is they still chop it up and are friends. See? Like they're making it to the world that they hate each other type shit or whatever, but they're still cool.
Well, at least they can keep it cordial. I mean, they do have kids together, and they do have to be, somewhat civil.
He just took the kids to Rock and Jump. No, well, today, that's what he said. That's what he said. He said, that's what he said. He said today's snap, he had said, like, it's so fucking weird because yesterday I was just cool with them. Like, I knew she was writing a book, but I didn't know what it was. And I just at their house yesterday. I bought them pizza. We were eating, and then I look at this. Just like when he pretended to be homeless, it's all for them. Oh yeah, that part. We all knew that. You ain't gonna tell me you're a whole ass homeless dude when you fucking made millions. Ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way.
He even has Shotty Bay and his little clips and stuff that he had doing. No es pendejo.
No. Mm-mm. Nope. Not at all. Yeah, because he even said
And Snap. And Snap pays them very well.
because he even said at the end of the video he was like, now I'm just like I'm obviously still gonna co-parent with her, but now I know like where we stand. You know? Isaiah's like, what's true? Isaiah like, you ain't stupid. Snap be paying crazy. That's why everybody's over there like, oh, follow me on Snap. Follow me on Snap. You know what? As a matter of fact, you guys, I'm gonna be posting myself in bathing season on my Snap, so go follow me. Be like, so I could start getting paid too. So I could start getting paid. I'm gonna take the pics. Is that so? Is that so, Isaiah? Yeah. No, you're funny. Yeah, we're going to Florida this weekend. Woohoo! We wild in. She said you could post with the cover up on. Nah, we showing the girls. They're coming out to play. She's like, fuck Luna. Cash out link in bio. I'm by your crib now. I'm dead. Oh my, I'm fucking dead. I'm still waiting for my tattoo. You guys, he's supposed to put a moon on his fucking shoulder, and I still am waiting 2 years later. Nah, she got my Cash App. Nah, sheesh. I don't got your Cash App. First of all, why would I want your Cash App? No reason for me to want to know your Cash App at all. You disappeared. Bull motherfucking shit. You had to go to fucking Long Beach, I think, or whatever. No one disappeared. Me, never that. What is that?
Is Soul up or did she fall asleep?
When you're over there on the what? When you're over there? Oh yeah, when I'm over there on the trip, cash. Yeah, I know. Taki Taki was like, Luna. She's like, you have a Cash App? I was like, yeah, it's linked in my bio. She's like, okay. She's like, I'm gonna send you so you could have drinks on me. Dude, imagine me blacking out again. Oh fuck no. The one time I slide in the what is it called?
Don't be going live so you don't expose yourself.
I already did.
Luna's gonna be on the T pages.
Mm-mm. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. People like to screen record and make fake pages. You still got your apartment, or are you back to back by me again? I'm back by you. No, hold on. Let me message you. The fact I said the fact that where I was going. Oh no. The fact that your number is still in my DMs is hilarious. That's the funny part. I fucking can't. He fucking makes me laugh. Cause he was like, I was like, he sent me his. I was like, why do I want your number? I had to. You're the one. Nah, I had no. I had changed my number because of my ex. And then it was someone. He's like, here's my number. I was like, why do I want your number for, Isaiah? He's like, I don't know, maybe a booty call, Chicago boy. Yeah. I was like, you're funny. What is that? I don't know what that is. Do you guys know what that is? I don't know what that is.
Chicago boy or a booty call?
Uh, a booty call.
Both? No, just kidding.
Both. Both. Oh, I sent you a message, Isaiah. I sent him a message. He's like, "Bag, Luna, you could even text me." Nah, I'm sending messages here. I got it. Okay. Damn, not that. What is it? What do we get? What do we get here? Oh. Dude, those edamames were really, really good.
Did you put like chili oil on them or what?
You gotta make a video on how you made them.
They were so good. I was like, I'm gonna make some tomorrow. I did black pepper, salt, sesame seed oil, oyster oil, soy sauce, and the chili flakes, the chili oil, and honey and garlic.
Cause the way I make mine is I stick them in the oven and then I just add a little bit of the soy sauce and call it a day.
I went to bed. I'll be at 24 in the morning. You wanna come say hi? No. Wait, where? No, actually, no. Just text me where. Where? Hey, wait, there's one? Hold on. No, yeah, there is one. No, that I know. Hold on. Now me about to search up. Now me about to search up. Hold on. Yeah.
Duh, I'm over here like typing when I could just talk.
I know. Like, what the fuck?
I
I'm
knew I was doing
done.
the same Dora.
I'm so used to typing.
I think that's what it is. We get so used to
Oh
typing
wait.
that we forget.
Luna is searching the 24-hour fitness to see how
Oh
far it
no.
is from her.
It's
Just
the one.
kidding.
It's the one by the Target.
¿No te queda lejos?
No, it's only 5 minutes from me.
Ándale.
You can go walking, go running. Just
Exactly. Have them get you a visitor's pass for the day.
Even when I went to when I was what is it called? I was like, what? How far was I from your house? Like five, 2 minutes driving at max.
From where you lived before?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
3 blocks. I'm fucking dead. I go running. Yeah, you're five. Yeah, probably. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. What is it called? I'm gonna go walk. I'm gonna go running.
You're going to go running there?
I'm gonna go running.
I know, I kind of want to go on a walk tomorrow with the baby.
I've been walking. I've been walking at some place by my house. Hold on.
You feel good after you walk, or
And that. Mm-hmm.
at least I do.
No, that day that I walked, I was like, what the fuck? I was sweating like crazy, but because I used the what is it called? Some sweat shit.
Do you notice a difference with the sweet sweat?
Huh?
Do you notice a difference with the sweet sweat or no?
Yeah.
Are you using the faja too or no?
Hmm.
Are you using the waist trainer?
Mm-hmm. I think that's what's helping me too, low key. And I feel like because of the detoxing and stuff, and then like I feel that um because it even got to the point that even with like the juicing, um, I was peeing a lot, so I feel like I was retaining a lot of water. See, that won't be bad. Look, because if I go walk, the fact that it's a 5 minute drive, but even walking, it's a 44 minute walk.
What? That doesn't sound right.
Hmm. It's a 5 minute drive and it's a 44 minute walk.
Dang, that's a long walk.
Okay. I might go for a run. Yup. I was actually over there like 2 days ago, I think. Hmm.
I bet you've run into him and you haven't even realized it.
Another hater is crazy. I'm fucking dead. He's hilarious. You are funny. You are hilarious. Super fucking hilarious. What do you guys have planned for today?
I know, right? For later. No plans. We don't have anything going on. I just
Just
wanted to go for a
rest.
walk.
Mhm. I know. I feel like this week the weather's gonna be so like
It's
comfortable.
colder. Oh my God, last week was hot.
Yes.
Yesterday was nasty hot.
I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I'm about to die. Type shit.
Yeah.
And it didn't help that I had alcohol yesterday and I was out in the sun, so I felt like crap today.
You drank?
Oh,
Yes, I drank. So I definitely paid for it today when I
Oh,
woke up.
oh my gosh, I can't drink anymore. I mean, whenever I do, I get sick fast.
when you drink?
Yeah, like my body can't handle it. Well, I've cut back a lot since I've had the baby. And I think my body just got used to like not having it. So now when I drink, I get like sick easy. I'm like, what the hell? I never used to be like this.
Well, I wake up feeling hungover every day because of my illness. So drinking alcohol makes it like 10 times worse.
Yeah.
So I definitely paid for it today. So I spent a lot of my time just resting, staying in bed just because I felt like crap. And then, too, I started a new, they put me on new medicine. So that doesn't help either.
Yeah. Well, we're getting older too, so I think our bodies are just
Not the anymore.
reacting differently, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then with the
Um,
new medicine, they said I have to wait like 4 to 6 weeks to see if it even works. Because they gave me something instead of before where they, because I get really bad like headaches and migraines. So instead of nipping it in the butt when you get the headache, now they gave me something to prevent the headaches. But the medicine makes me feel like crap.
Oh,
But it's one of those that you have to wait 4 to 6 weeks to try to see even if it even works. I know the first day I took it, I literally woke up with no headache. I was like, what is this? It felt weird not waking up with a headache.
oh my gosh. I hear Bluey.
Oh, my little one is watching him.
Oh,
He's
I
still
love
up.
Bluey. So cute.
He's still up.
Oh my gosh, really? How old is
Yeah,
he?
he's 4.
He doesn't want to sleep? Or
No, but I kind of like him staying up because then I can sleep in with him in el día. Like I'll take my other son to school and then we come back home
oh my
and then
gosh, really?
we sleep until about 11:30.
Yeah, see, my daughter likes to sleep in too, but I try to put her to bed like 9:30ish, but she'll still sleep in like till like 9 or 10, which is nice.
Yeah, well, because I have to take my son to school. So wake him up at 7:30, get him dressed, and then the baby, he stays asleep. So I just have to carry him downstairs, put him in the car, and we go to school. Then I take him out of the car, carry him back upstairs, and put him in bed. So he stays asleep the entire time. Every now and then
Oh,
he'll wake up and he'll be like he's thirsty or he's hungry. So I'll give him something to eat or something to drink. And then I was like, okay, let's go lie down. We come lie down. I hold him and he knocks out. And we go to sleep till about 11:30.
oh wow. Does he take a nap
That
like
is our
late?
nap.
Okay, but did he like skip his day nap?
No, he
Does
doesn't
he
take.
skip it now?
No, we don't take day naps.
Okay. Yeah, my daughter gave those up a while back too.
But we typically I'll go to bed late with him so that I can sleep. We can take our little morning nap.
Yeah.
But he's gonna start speech therapy soon, and that appointment's at 9:30. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna hate that.
You know what? Yeah, we used to do therapies too, and but I kind of liked it because it would get us up and going early. Like I like
Yes.
when we have appointments because, yeah, like as a stay-at-home mom, like I kind of just like veg around, but that like gives me something to get up and get ready for, you know?
Yeah, like when, and then I have appointments. Like, was it like last week or the week before? I literally had appointments Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday with like different doctors, and they were all 9 o'clock. And I was just like, I was exhausted. Come like Thursday.
Yeah. I feel like I always wake up and then I start cleaning or laundry, and then I feel like I get ready like kind of late, you know?
Yeah, I need to make a habit of getting ready because I honestly just stay like I just change my pants and my t-shirt and stay in comfy all week, all day.
Yeah.
And then I take like I get there like 30 minutes before my son gets out of school, and I just kind of sit in the car, and sometimes the little one will fall asleep like for 5-10 minutes. So then I'll take a little nap in the car.
Yeah.
oh, the little one?
Yeah. But starting August, he's gonna start school. So then I'll have both of them in school all day.
Wow. I know, I kind of want to start working part time, but I'm like, should I start now or like wait until she's in school?
When does she start school?
Well, she's barely gonna be 3 in September.
I think you can put her in preschool.
Yeah, we're just working on like potty training.
That's hard.
So I know I need to have her potty trained first.
Some schools will be okay with them not body trained. The only thing is that if they use the restroom, you have to go and change their diaper or whatever. They
Oh my
won't do
god,
it there. Because I know that's what they suggested here.
that's a little much, huh? Trying to
Well,
go to this
it
school every
wasn't.
time they go to the bathroom.
It
I
wasn't
would be
too.
there all day. No, just kidding.
No, because it wasn't too. Well, the school he goes to, or the school he would have gone to, isn't that far from the house.
Oh, okay. I know, and then I'm like, I don't want to let my baby go.
I know that's why I didn't let him start preschool, because then I literally felt like I was driving Miss Daisy all day because the hours starts were like different. So I literally felt like I would be in the car every like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, no. So I just waited.
You know,
yeah.
how did I potty train? I totally forgot how I potty trained.
I know. Well, she's getting better. Like she's telling me like when she goes. So I think it's coming. And then I'm like putting it in her head, like, okay, mama, you're a big girl now. Like
So
you gotta go to the bathroom.
I did like the rewards. Like I went to the dollar store and I bought like a bunch of like toys from there and I just put it in a basket. And I said every time he went, he'd get a toy.
Wow, yeah. I
And
need
then
to
it
just
just
do
became a
that.
routine.
Yeah, that would be good. That would be smart too.
The thing that's hard is
Knowing her, she'll want to just grab all the toys.
right. Well, you got to put it up high because
All right, yeah.
that's how he was. But it just
Oh,
became a routine.
I forgot. I don't know if I did this. I want to say I did this, but after I would feed them, ooh, the fact that I even forgot is wild. But I am like, yeah, I want to say it was me. And then after I would feed them, I would wait 10-15 minutes and then I would go sit them in the toilet. And then
Yeah, that's what they say is like kind of remind them to keep going.
yeah, like it's gonna sound weird, but like a dog, when you're training them after you feed them, you take them out so they can just
Yeah.
Oh,
tell them
that's another good one too.
I
The sticker chart.
Yeah, and I hear that Amazon, I need to order it. They have like a tiara, like a princess book for potty training. I need to get that. Hopefully that'll
Yeah,
work.
the thing is, the one thing is that you have to be like consistent. So you have to do it on
Yeah,
like a week that you're not like with constant
doing anything,
appointments.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's a pain. And then the other, my mom, what she did with my daughter when she helped me potty train my daughter, is my mom put little calzoncitos on her and just let her go outside and play outside.
Yeah, and then they pee and then they feel it. That's what my mother-in-law said too.
So then they don't like how that feels.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that like in this summer when it's a little warmer.
Because I tried that with my youngest, and he could care less. It didn't bother him at all.
He's like, whatever.
Exactly.
Well, now she's starting to like run away from me when it's time to change her diaper. Like she's being a little brat. Like, no, I'm just gonna run away from mommy. And I'm
Does
like,
she hide
no,
does she hide when she poops?
not really. Not that I noticed.
Mine will hide from me. That's why I know. I was like, oh, you're up to something.
Yeah.
when they had like, oh shit, I did a sticker chart. I forgot how did I train these kids? I think I did do that. Like I would feed them and I would go sit them down. Okay. Be right back. All right, Joshua, how are you? Chaoses. Oh, what are you? Not the Coca-Cola. Um, someone had said no. Who was the one that said that had Janet? Huh? Janet was like, I tried following you.
What did you think?
No, because I was like, wait, I remember someone had said like they had followed me. It was Janet, but she said she followed like the Compton. The fact that I'm on at this time is wild. I legit have been just chilling. You know what I mean? Let's see.
I know, seriously, I didn't expect to be on this late. No, I'm just kidding.
I wasn't even expecting this. Dude, why is my. I swear, tell me why I'm going through my ads. And I'm like, damn, daddy. No, I'm just kidding, but. Dude, I've been in a little. How to see? If I click them, I click their thing, or I could block. Okay, perfect. Oh no, but there's a story. Hold on. I click that. Okay, perfect. Click that and there, and then I put block. Yes. Let's go. Sorry. Some people came up on my snap that I need a block. Dude, I'm surprised I haven't. You know who I haven't heard? The Takashi and Jaylene. I haven't heard from them in a good while.
Who's that?
Remember Anuel's ex, the little girl,
No, I don't even know who that is.
the one that he had said that he cheated on Karol G with.
I don't even know, honestly.
Remember Karol G's ex?
No, I don't really follow like her or.
No, okay, so he got with this girl and she made his life hell. They broke up or got a
Oh,
divorce, and then now she was with like Takashi, and they were like this whole last like drama shit. I was like, oh,
okay.
yeah, and then right now she like they popped up on my shit. I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my gosh, yeah. See, I don't know a lot of.
Oh my god, people are so savage. They're like when I tell him to unfollow when he tells me to unfollow 100 of my cousins on like watch. Like it makes it funny to the face.
Oh my god.
And he's like me when he tells me to unfollow all 100 of my guy cousins. You savages. No, you did not. He's so damn unserious. I'm dying at the part where he said the next moment she turned into a mermaid. I'm sorry, but I'm like, these comments are insane. They're like, no, because I just watched it
See,
now.
sometimes the comments are the best part.
Huh?
Sometimes the comments are the best part. People are freaking funny.
That part. Because all the shit he was saying was crazy as fuck. For reals. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was crazy though. She basically experimenting with a that makes a feeling where she's okay teaching about okay. I literally just finished watching his snap stories with my bowl of chips and salsa under my blanket, rubbing my feet together. I fucking get it.
Like a little cricket.
I'm surprised we all sat down through that long ass story and watched for reals. The way ads be popping up and he couldn't look straight into the camera gave me everything I needed to see. He's a goofy. Just finished watching it. What Catherine is doing is kind of scary. The part where she said Catherine and Igor texting me had me cracking up. Y'all quick as fuck. I just finished watching his side right now. I'm too easy to be manipulated. What? I'm too easy to be manipulated. God for what? Forbid me and all my cousins get along. Wait, what? Thank you. She's doing so not okay, especially around their kids. No sleep crew. I guess I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm not even sleepy.
It's still kind of early. No,
That's kind of rude. No, I'm usually like
no, like lately I've been going to bed, like this is my time to go to bed, like 1 o'clock, which is really bad, but it's my only time to myself. So I think I just stay up to have my little time, you know?
I'm not sleepy. Yeah, I'm not. Ain't sleepy till 3:30. Fuck. No, I would have been. This is past my bedtime. Like at 10 o'clock, I'm already like I'm done. I'm done. Now because the mermaid part cracked me up. Silent repost. What if she's making all this up? What if he's making all this up? Am I getting manipulated right now? He was an actor in another life. Wait, chill, guys. I'm Team Catherine. I just watched it and I don't even know what's happening anymore. That's how I feel, low key. As I'm surprised you're up. Yeah. I don't know why. Oh, it's because we were having like intense conversations, huh?
Yeah, we were just talking all night, yapping away.
Yeah.
No, what's his name was yapping away.
I mean, I was like, now I finally met someone that talks more than me.
Oh my God. Dude, if his girlfriend didn't get him off, he would have been here still fucking talking to us.
I fucking
That's why
couldn't.
I'm like, we can talk all night. Go call your girlfriend.
Oh, he even came over here and he said something about the shirt. I wouldn't be surprised he's like knocked out here listening to us. He was like something about like, oh, the body of a woman is something with the stretch marks. Oh, what the fuck he said. It's I couldn't stop. I know I couldn't stop laughing. It says I literally egos. You literally beat me to it, bro. I was gonna clip this. I couldn't stop laughing. All of my what all I'm wondering if he returned all the Mother's Day gifts he got her for reals. I'm in enemy territory. Wait, what did Catherine do? Something which he said. I just got off someone thinking they were going to be up, but they all got sleepy and left. I'm fucking dead. Wait, what are you doing up?
That's gonna be us soon.
Huh?
No, I'm like, that's gonna be us soon. We're gonna get sleepy.
Like, all right, bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. No, dude, these comments are hilarious. Give me your phone now. I'm fucking dead. I don't work tomorrow. Oh, okay. I was flabbergasted. The goal was to switch the attention from his affairs to Catherine's journey. And he clearly succeeded with these comments. That part. I need someone that entertains me at the end of the day. And with Catherine, 2 books are done with all. Be over and boring, so no thank you. I'd rather be entertained by Austin. I'm fucking dead. Fucking Austin. Pretty sure this wasn't the way Catherine wanted it to go. Probably was too into telling her story. She didn't realize what could happen. Feel bad for all of them, especially the kids when they're always on TikTok. I know. Haha, the mermaid part had me dying of laughter. That I'm not gonna lie, like that was funny when he's like, one day she was a mermaid.
Oh my God.
The other day she was reincarnated as fucking the what is it? And one day she was a mermaid. The other day she was reincarnated as what- the Virgin Mary. I was like, what the fuck? Like who says that? But there is people who will say that, like, oh, I'm the Antichrist.
Yeah.
Why does it say I can't betray my cousins like that? It's comments. And the other one's like, oh, God forbid I get along with my cousins. I don't get why they would say that on the comment section.
I don't know. Where are you reading that?
This one, it's in one of the videos.
Oh, okay, like on a T page?
Yeah. No, it's not even a T page. It's It's not a PJ. I mean a T page. It's a female just saying she's kind of laughing at his expression.
Oh, okay,
Hello,
okay.
laughing at the expression, but the caption is like me when he tells me to unfollow 100 of my guy because oh now I get it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's why they're talking about cousins,
It's
right?
like oh when you delete the cousin you're like and it's like you're supposed to be acting like you're crying. They're making fun of me.
Yeah.
They're like God forbid I get along with all my 100 cousins. Mood. I fucking can't. Miss Lopez, you can't sleep or what's going on? What is going on? Dude, I wonder what's gonna happen after now. Like how are they gonna get along? Or are they gonna get along?
I know, but I don't see why he would get upset. I mean, it's the truth. It's her truth, you know?
100%.
I mean, she's not like bashing him all crazy. She's just saying her story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's like the same
I
way that
mean, it's the
this.
truth. He knows he did it, and that's it, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Because it's not like, oh, she did it so people could. It's her book, her experience, her trauma, her life. Like, why not?
Yeah, and I feel that people deserve to know, you know? They've been following them this whole time, and the truth comes out some way or another.
Yeah. That I always say that, like, the truth always comes out. That's just what it is.
Yeah,
Like when his fifth baby mama had emailed me and had told me like, "Oh, I can't talk bad about you. You can't. You really can't."
yeah, like you never did anything to her.
He can't say she left my kids to go out with her friends. He can't say that because I never did. He can't say, "Oh, she fucking chose partying rather than her kids." I started living my life after I left him, but
Yeah,
during with him, like he can't say like, oh she cheated because I didn't. He can't say oh she was messaging other people because I could like I'm telling you like even the time that he beat my ass with the belt was when I had made the Instagram and I had made the Instagram because I was like the fuck if you have an Instagram why can't I, and I made one and I added all the not all the people because it wasn't even a lot of people. I barely had reached my double like digits. I had probably less than 30 followers and it was like people that I used to hang out with in high school. And one of the guys that I used to be cool with, he had a motorcycle, like a race one. And I remember, and it was just keep in mind, it was mountains, it was a sunset, and then it was a bike. And I liked that picture, and he made a whole fucking fit. And keep in mind, my bio said I had a husband, married or whatever, it had like the E, it had the heart, whatever. And then he got mad because I liked the picture that his dad had told my grandma, oh, es que él, él la miró hablando with like guys, which was a lie. It was just because I had liked the picture. And then my grandma was like, but it's like it's nothing bad. Like that's her friend. Because again, it was I grew up with those dudes. It's not like oh I had something with the dude.
yeah.
And then, but it was like also, ahora sí le dolió, imagine. And it was just me liking a picture. Imagine if I would have sat there and had a whole ass fucking conversation.
Imagine if you cheated like you did.
Imagine if I would have done what he did to me to him.
Oh man, imagine if you got pregnant with some other dude. Oh hell no.
Imagine me going somewhere, getting pregnant, and coming back and be like, oh, here, take me back. Fuck no.
Yeah, would you take me back? Yeah,
He
right.
One time he did tell me he wouldn't. He told me he was like, because I asked him, I was like, everything you've done to me, if I would do it to you, he was like, I wouldn't fucking take you back. And I was like, oh, so, but the, yeah, you want me to fucking fuck me?
Crazy.
Yeah. And then, so when she told me that, I was like, you can't. And I was like, and if you want to talk shit, because best believe I could prove everything that they've done and said about me. I could prove them wrong. I said, so I was like, you can't talk bad about me. Want to talk bad about me? Do it. And then I'm gonna bring out screen recording, screenshots, screen everything, and then you're gonna realize, like, because even when she first got pregnant, I didn't even know she existed in the picture, and I was still sleeping with him.
That's
So it's
crazy.
like so as sad as it sounds, it's like was I the other one or was she the other one? Because technically I was still the wife at the time. Does that make sense?
Wild.
Mm-hmm. So it's just like either I could take out. So it's like I don't know. People are just. I feel bad for her because I know the feeling, but then it's like you want to believe him because you're still like human, but then reality, like, what is it that really happened? They only know. That's why I say, like, when it comes down to me and him, that's why I said, like, I could speak my truth because I know that what I'm saying the truth. Like, I'm not lying about anything. Like, my stories have been, like, consistent. They have been the same thing.
Wow.
But Sam said, hey, ma'am. Hello, Jungle 24. How are you? Oh, I want to go pull Luna, girl. I'm excited for. I'm nervous.
Really to fly or
No, you know why I think I'm nervous? Because the person, remember what we just said? Because you're like, oh, don't do this shit again.
oh yeah.
He's gonna be there.
Oh my gosh, who cares?
I'll be like, my bad.
He's probably flattered because you know, I mean,
No,
he's probably like, oh yeah, not just kidding.
no. Then when I found out his age, I was like, oh yeah, no. You're only 6 years older than my son. No, thank you. I'm
Oh
trying
my
to.
gosh, isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm. Um, I would be half of my no. Yeah, I was like a teenager when he was born. Ew, ew. That's fucking gross. And some people find that ew. Hell no. There are some people who like that. I don't know. I just feel weird just thinking about it.
Yeah,
Ew.
no, that's too young.
Mm.
I mean,
Because he even asked me about he asked me about what's her face. He asked me about his dad. And he was like, how old were you? How old were you when you met my dad and like what grade? And then when I tell him, he's like, what the heck, mom? And I'm like, what?
oh my gosh.
Mhm.
Hello.
He said, I'm back.
Hi,
Ay,
we're
este
still
niño.
here. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, my boyfriend was 11 when I was born.
Oh my god.
I just find it weird. Like, it's like, I was 21 when my boyfriend was like, ew. Like, no. Dude, now me thinking about like, Catherine, you could have had a Michael B. Jordan. Like, really, girl? Like, really?
Mm,
You could have had him.
she probably could still. No, just kidding.
Mm-mm. Hello, how are you, Salucita? ¿Cómo estás? Like, yeah, like, I don't know. It's like, like when there's certain, like, it's like you had hope. Like, that was me, where it's like, damn. Like, there's certain couples where, like, damn, I wish I wish you guys stayed together. I wish like that shit. I don't know. Like them. Right now, the one that's giving me faith is Jay Wheeler. I need it by the first. Oh, then yeah, I could, Salucita. I did text you, see, ¿verdad? Yeah, I did. Exactly like that. Just send me the info. Um,
Have you started making Stefanas or not yet?
no, I'm gonna start working on hers next week. Hers, it's because I want to wait to see if they give her a plaque, like a little word or a pin or something.
Yeah, my oldest came with home with the plaque today for he got some award. I was like, how come I didn't get notified?
Oh, shit. So I want to see if they give her a pin or something to put it or something, or if not, so because I really want to incorporate it with her thing. I'm gonna do pearls on that one and everything.
It's gonna look super cute.
And then with her name, I'm not gonna do Stefana going down. I'm gonna do it like in a little writing, and then just kind of like, you know what I mean?
Like in one spot versus the name going down.
So it could look like little. On one of them, it's gonna be the student. I want to kind of see what I could put, like the student recipient of the year or something. Student of the year for I don't know, some shit. I'll see what I do.
I know. Mine's gonna graduate from kinder. So and they're giving them a cap and gown. So I was thinking if I should make the lays or do like a sublimation one. Because they're doing a little like ceremony with a cap and gown.
Oh, that's cute. Lexi's like, I'm not ready for that. I actually just ordered Stefana's graduation
Dress or
cap and gown. No, her dress. I'm gonna my mom's gonna go to LA. She's gonna go to LA because my sister and my niece graduate, and they graduate the same day as Stefana.
are they getting, is Stefana wearing a cap and gown or just getting her really nice dress?
It's a really nice dress. I wanted to go to LA to see if I could find her something. It's because even though Stefana is like 11, that girl, her outfits, like she doesn't like to dress like a little girl when it comes down to girl outfits. Like for instance,
She's more of a tomboy.
no, that, but like for instance, for the ceremony, she's wearing like little high wedges. And then I got her like a jumpsuit.
Is she used to wedges or that'll be the first time wearing wedges?
She wears all my shit.
Oh,
Like this girl, like whenever she wants to be feminine, she'll be feminine, and then when she wants to be
that's so cute.
she'll be tomboyish. Yeah, like this was her the other day. Oh shit! No, I think it's in that camera. Is it in that camera? Oh no, it's on this. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Like, look at. Like se pone ella like you know. And then there was another one.
No, my daughter was a tomboy for like ever until she got, what was it? I think it was her senior year or junior year in high school that she actually started wearing dresses and being more girly.
Yeah, so there. Oh no, the other one's over there. I
She's
think.
girly like emo.
Yeah, so I think the other one was on that phone. And then
I want you before you know it, you're gonna be prepping for graduation for high school.
Right?
like you look.
Oh my gosh.
Like that little girl se pone
Oh
Hazel.
damn, she's better at that machine than I am.
Esta niña, esa sí se pone bien al tú por tú. I'm like, fuck. Hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're just chilling. I'm surprised that I'm tired, but I'm not tired. I watch tomorrow. I'm gonna be like,
Yeah, I'm gonna be feeling it tomorrow morning.
I want to go get my, I wanted to go get my, I was supposed to get waxed today, but Matthew had testing and he has testing tomorrow. So today he had therapy and testing. Tomorrow he has 2 therapy sessions and testing.
Oh my gosh. So when are you gonna
Um, I think I'm gonna have to go Wednesday. Hey, bro.
Did the teacher ever call you or email you?
No, she texted me early and she's gonna call me tomorrow. But the other one, the one that supposedly was gonna apologize,
Yeah, that one. That's what I meant.
I haven't heard from her at all.
And she didn't email you?
Nope, she could fucking stay with her fucking apology.
Then it wasn't a genuine apology because she should have done it right then and there.
No, well, I'm telling you, I got off the call
No,
and
but she
then
should have called you. If she was really genuine, she would have called you right after the meeting and apologized.
well, they even said that the reason why. Like, did you hear what happened?
I think I heard like a little part of it. Something about she told you he needs to be wearing his earpiece,
Yeah,
right?
so
Or
like
something.
yeah, so like his headphones don't bug him. He says that they hurt his ear. Like not the ear just itself, but like
Yeah,
inside,
but
right?
even like when I have my AirPod in, like it kind of is sore like after.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it.
So there's times where I'll talk and she's like, Mom, did you know my your car insurance and not having any? I fucking cannot with you. I fucking cannot with you. Um so he had so there's times where he would tell me like mom what did he would tell me like talk lower like my ears hurt whatever, right? So this lady ends up saying you have to force him to wear his headphones on, and I was like, well, after a while he tells me that it hurts. She's like, well, are they purple, are they blue, kind of being like, then you can why are you trying to take down, like, you know what I mean? It's kind of like
How
he
rude.
yeah. So when she said that, I told her, "Hello, you guys, welcome in." She told me like, "Oh, they're not purple, whatever." And I raised my voice and I was like, "You're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna do with my son. If my son is telling me, Mom, they're hurting me, they're hurting me. That's it." And then she made it like more of personal when it shouldn't have. So then I ended up, I knew I obviously know myself, and I was gonna call her a bitch and all this shit. So I was like, okay, I'm not even gonna do that. So I clicked. I kid you not, I clicked and I started crying because that's how mad I was that I wanted to like get out of character.
Yeah, and she probably made you feel some type of way just
Yeah,
by freaking being rude about it.
yeah, and that's why I said like, trust me, I tell you, I'm like, I've been praying, I've been asking God because I could be on live getting out of character, but I don't. So then I was just like, damn. So then the next thing you know, the other teacher, she texts me. No, one of them calls me, and I was like, I'm not even gonna answer her. Like, I even told her off because she had said, "Oh, his environment is loud," and then she brought up um, an occasion where Stefana was like singing her lungs out in the kitchen while she was cooking, and she had music, but she didn't know that Matthew was doing therapy because Matthew was in the room playing prior to that.
Yeah, but
So
he's in a room.
yeah, so
What more does she want?
I went and I told her like be quiet because he's doing therapy.
And it's like normal household stuff.
Exactly.
And she got mad and brought it up to the like, oh, his household is loud. I was like, no, it's not. It's only him and I throughout the day. And you're not going to make it seem like it's been all year round when it happened one time where he told his sister to be quiet. But because she was the home because she was sick, she doesn't know his schedule. So then I didn't even want to answer her. And so when the other teacher called me, she's like, I am so sorry. Like, I even told her that she was out of pocket. And she said that she was gonna reach out to you, that every time she reaches out, like you don't write back to her. She's like, which I don't believe, and I told her, I was like, that's not true. She's like, I don't believe that, like that she tries to reach out. She was like, and then when I told her, I was like, she's never reached out. Thank you, Smooth. She was like, I do believe you because even through our group emails, she doesn't respond. So I know that she doesn't reach out. I was like, she's never reached out to me. But she's like, oh, that she was gonna reach out and apologize. And I was like, I don't need her apology.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, Smooth.
I'm like, I don't need your
Thank
apology.
you. Yeah, no, that's rude. Um,
Yeah.
no, yeah, the baby, when we were doing little therapies, we had one that was kind of more blunt and rude just with her words.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, ugh.
Isn't that hard? Because I
It
know I had the
is
same
very
issue.
hard because I wanted to just cancel her because I'm like, I don't need your negativity, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're already going through shit and it's like I don't need it more.
Exactly. And then like the other ones are freaking sweethearts.
That's what they told her. They're like, you don't know what this family's been through. And
Yeah, people are
uh,
just,
yeah, she's like, you don't know what this family's been through. And then I told the teacher, I was like, I don't need to sit there and give her explanations of A, B, C, and D. Like, you're not gonna, if my son tells me, Mom, I'm not comfortable and my ears fucking hurt, guess what? His ears fucking hurt, and that's it. Like, you can't tell me what to do with my son when you're not fucking deaf. You don't fucking know how it feels to not hear properly. Like, you don't know that. Like, let's be realistic, you guys. A lot of these doctors, a lot of these people that want to sit there and tell you like, oh, take this, take that, and then you tell them,
Hmm.
oh, it's not working. They're just going based on studies.
Yep.
You have, I feel like you really have to be officially have gone through that to understand it. Like for instance, right? You can't tell someone that has gone through abuse to get over it if you've never gone through abuse. You
Yep.
you can't tell someone that has gotten their kids taken away to like, oh, it is what it is, or whatever the fuck it comes with, if you've never gone through that. You, como dijo Nate earlier, you can't say someone, oh, I'm sorry if, oh, my mom passed away, and I tell you like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Like, yeah, sorry to hear that, but I can't say, oh, I know what you're going through because I don't know what you're going through. So you're not gonna tell me that I have to force my son to wear his headphones because you're telling me. Like, if my son knows his body, my son knows his ears, and if he's telling me, if he even tells me, Mom, you're being loud, and keep in mind, there's times where I feel like I have to even raise my voice at times so he could hear me. But there's times where I feel like I'm not even raising my voice and he'll. But it's the
yeah.
constant of what he says, like, why do I have to be deaf and why do I have to wear hearing aids and why this and why,
Mm,
and him getting to the point that he doesn't like. I feel for him.
yeah.
Like I honestly like feel for him. Damn, Geraldine in her
Hi
butt.
guys.
Hello,
It's
señorita.
hit the chord with me because like I told you, I taught the deaf and hard of hearing, and we can't, like the teacher telling you the frequency of they is totally different from ours. We don't know, like you said, we don't know what the piercing is, the frequencies. There's so much more involved. That would really make me angry too,
Yeah, so when she
and
said,
so rude. These teachers and I was in the, teaching for 25 years and I always sympathize with the parents and, for all the services they had to get and receive. And I always treated the child as if it were mine or as if the parent was in the classroom at all times, you know?
But not all
I
teachers
just
are not all
I
teachers are
just
like
yeah.
could
that.
not even imagine, I've had rude teachers towards me when my son was coming up and he had a speech impediment. So I had to put him in speech. And he was 3. So we started school at 3 so he could get the services, during preschool hours. Um, so yeah, they think they have to remind themselves that we don't know the family situations, the dynamics, the mornings they've had,
If they've had
just
breakfast or any of that.
breakfast, parents are rushing out the door and then a lot of them are bused to school. So some of them were on the bus for like an hour and we can't just be quick to judge, There's so much involved when you're
Yeah,
with
so,
working with children.
yeah, so when she told me that, I like was so upset, and keep in mind, I've been dealing with IEPs with him since he was in first grade. Never,
Yeah.
never have I ever had to raise my voice at a teacher ever,
Yeah.
and this was
Mhm.
my first time raising my voice.
You
That
should make a complaint
that's why I ended up
if
turning.
you haven't already.
I ended up getting off the call because I was ready to be like, you fucking bitch. Like, I was ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, and these are our kids. Like, we gotta really like watch how you say things to the parents, and
Hmm.
And
like
the good thing
we're
is the
just
last week or the last 2 weeks, I don't have to deal with her because I'm moving him back to his regular school. Which,
Yeah, it was really out of line and very unsympathetic and
And who knows if she even will
just,
suffer consequences because it's a private school.
I'm
yeah.
and
sorry, what was that,
I said, and
Lloyd?
who knows if she'll even have any consequences because it's done through a private school. It's not like a district.
Oh, I see what you're saying, the online. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm, yeah. Is it K through 12 or something else?
it's a K through
Mm,
12.
oh, okay. So I think they have like the same criteria, same,
Yeah,
type
But I
of,
don't think they have like a director or like not a director, what is it, a superintendent?
yeah.
yeah, I'm not sure about that. But I know they do have like directors, people in charge of certain, the age groups. But especially if he has an IEP, like that is supposed to protect them. That is supposed to like they have to follow everything or they can be sued, right? And yeah, that IEP is
And
pretty big.
and the reason
She
why
should have known better.
and the reason why it started was because the one that said, "Oh, Matthews, well, Steven's environment, blah blah." But that lady
Mm.
talks very fucking low that I can't even hear her at times. That I've even told Jake Matthew, tell her to like talk a little louder because she's like, "Oh hi, how are you? I hope you're doing great." Like talk
Oh,
louder.
tiene voz de ratón.
Yeah, like I can't fucking hear her at times. And then I said I was like, when Courtney and Michelle are talking, keep in mind Michelle's an older lady. She's like 60 something. She old, and I could still hear her all the way over here. And I told her, I was like, when Courtney and Michelle are doing work with him, I hear them perfectly. I said, and then I could hardly hear you, and you want to like say this, and then like, no, no. Mm-mm. But I cried. I was
Oh,
like,
I would cry too out of
I would
anger.
have cried too.
I was like,
Being
oh
on
no.
both sides, I was always very sensitive. Not sensitive, but I didn't like the way teachers would speak to me or speak to him or because my son was a very quiet boy. Like he didn't talk to many people. Um,
Oh,
and they
Stefana,
were,
Stefana's everywhere.
yeah, very selective, my son. So that was always an issue. And they always tried to find things like to pick on him, which I didn't appreciate. And then, because he would just get more nervous, like talk to me, look at me.
Yeah.
And he was like, what the heck? So you just want to like, those kind of kids just want to crawl and hide, right? So, um, eventually I spoke to them. I said, hey, you know what? We all have our thing, right? As adults, as individuals. So can you please, these children also need to be, you know, treated a certain way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's so hard when you see your kids, um, in the school atmosphere, environment. I think you become more protective of them
For sure.
when they're in school.
And I feel like nowadays they have all these expectations and charts, and like back
Oh
then,
yeah.
what did they do? They didn't have any of that. Well,
No, there's a
it's
lot of pressure on them, even
crazy now.
as
Yeah.
like kinders, they have to know so many things. As a kindergartner, it's insane.
It's like almost first grade work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not everybody, it doesn't mean they're intellectually, in
They
any
just
way. It's just they don't always, every
absorb
kid
all
is
the
not
information.
Yeah. Everyone's
exactly.
different,
And
which
then
is
the
good though.
curriculum is the curriculum is taught so fast as well that doesn't give them an opportunity to pick up.
Yes. True. Yeah.
I know
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
agree.
struggle with my little one and once he starts school
Hmm.
because he's like how you described your son. I was like, oh, that's gonna be my little one.
Yeah.
He's so quiet. Like I started him at speech therapy when
Mhm.
because he's a COVID baby.
Yeah. Okay.
When he was 3, and then he needed it again, but they needed to do an eval. So then I was put on like a waiting list. So I've been on the
Mm.
waiting list for 6 months. And so when I
Wow.
registered him school, I told them, oh, he has, he's in speech. And they're like, oh, you're gonna need an IEP meeting. She goes, so make
Hmm.
sure that you get him back into speech. So I guess it moves the process.
Yeah, it's like a different route once they're in school.
Yeah, it will definitely. It's supposed to help them, but because my son did too, and then of course I had him. I always worried about autism with him
Oh,
because of
my
not
little one is
speaking,
so,
right?
yeah.
So, but they ruled, and then the processing test he had, and because I was in the field with autistic kids, you tend to already look at your kid and go, oh, then he must be, or they must have this, and so he was tested for everything.
What the hell? Brie Olsen's pregnant?
Oh my God. Marty, is that your son snoring?
Yeah, do you hear him?
Okay, he's still tired.
R2D2 is cracking me up in the chat.
Who's
I'm not asleep yet.
So your Amadi's son has a speech delay or
Yeah,
what? Do
yeah,
they?
he has a
Oh,
speech
okay.
delay. His pediatrician said that and I don't know how much of it is true. Um,
Mm.
but she said like 90% of COVID babies have speech
Mm.
delays because they didn't interact with other people.
Mm. Mm.
But it's not that bad because obviously his dad's a teacher, and so it's not that bad. But he's
Mhm.
definitely quiet to where he doesn't really talk unless he has
Mhm.
to.
Mhm.
He's just a very observant little boy.
Yeah, that's how my son. And they always ask, "What's wrong with him? Is he okay?" Or, "Oh my God, he's like, yeah, he's fine." Just leave him alone.
Yeah, that's how my little one is. He's like super quiet,
Oh
like
my God.
doesn't really speak.
And the funny thing is, I did everything when he was a baby and preschool. Like I sang to him, we danced, I did so much Play-Doh. Everything was verbal and steps, and then I'm like, what the heck? He still was like, that's just him,
Yeah.
just quiet boy. But he
Yeah.
did well in speech, and by kinder he was done. So
And luckily, the school where they're at, um, I like the kindergarten teacher because my son has her, and that's who his teacher is going to be. So I
mm,
like her. So I know he's going to be in good hands, and obviously it helps that their dad's a teacher, so he does extra stuff
yeah, yeah.
with him. But he just said to start. He wanted once we were told about the speech issue, or once he noticed the speech issue, he had me bring it up with the pediatrician. And so the pediatrician started the therapy when he was 3. But I guess because he did it for like 3 months and then he needed to be reevaluated. But that's a waiting list. And the waiting lists are
Okay.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I think we had to wait too, but this was, 2000, what, 9, 10. So
Yeah, it's
it's a
very
while
different.
back.
But they said, COVID babies, and they make you feel like it's
I
normal.
never heard of that. Yeah, I never heard. Because my son was also, well, he was in seventh grade when COVID was. So yeah. And they're very picky too about the household and who's there, and they want cameras on. Um, and watch watch who's there going on, what's going on. They wanted to see everything.
Yeah, yeah, I remember because I think your son and my daughter are about the same age.
They wanted, and my son would get like literally sick, poor guy. He would throw up every morning before he had to get on camera. So just dumb things like for some kids, they just couldn't, it was just so hard to get them to understand. And, you know, that whole time was very sensitive for all of them.
Yeah,
He would,
I know. And like my boyfriend's a teacher, right? So he would be like, my daughter would be upstairs in her room taking lecture, and then my boyfriend would be downstairs giving lecture.
giving lecture. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they tried to be like in the room next to one another so that I could be downstairs, with the kids and stuff. But they could literally hear each other's lectures. So then it was like, okay, he has to be downstairs and she had to be upstairs. So COVID was rough for me because I had the two little ones. So we literally had to stay in
Mhm.
our room all day
Until they were done.
until they
Yeah,
were done because it's
yeah,
like he's a teacher. He can't have kids in the background screaming.
Oh my gosh.
So COVID
That's
was
crazy.
rough.
yeah, it was. I know how we all got through it though. You know,
It was
crazy
definitely
times.
it was definitely an adjustment for us
Yeah.
all.
I was one of the working employees during COVID.
Oh,
Oh,
So
you're
like,
really?
still working? Wow.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
healthcare, so I had to go.
Oh, that's wow. First, wow.
But it was like part time.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm like, shoot, I should have stayed home and collected unemployment. They were making bank.
Yeah, because of just the unknown and then leaving your
I'm like,
family.
stupid me, I wanted to stay because I'm like, what if we lose our jobs? And
Hmm.
then people are we are making more staying at home. I'm like, what the hell?
I have 4, 3, 5.
He's giving us
He's giving you a
countdown to end the life.
It's the end of
He's telling us to end the life is crazy.
how about I just
5, 4, 3. Okay. Just
Gina,
kidding.
ignore me one more time and I'm dropping my army.
Did you mute or
Oh,
somebody
thank,
muted?
thank you. Did I expect the same thing that?
It's probably Vanessa. She probably muted him.
Oh yes, because now people they could remove their heart me.
Really?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
and now you can
That's
call.
silly.
And now you could post stories. I mean, your picture, a picture in the comment section.
Mm. Take your heart me back. Oh goodness. I can't believe
Está amenazando.
I said R2 is. I swear, R2 is more like more
He's
fun.
toxic.
That's bullying. That's not bullying.
reporting the
No, it's not.
live.
Hey, don't say, hey, don't use that word because then you're going to kick us all off.
Oh yeah.
Paige is going to get reported.
No, no,
Oh my
Lord.
goodness. Now I really need to go to bed. We should analyze and go to sleep, like he's saying. Just kidding.
I thought, not Austin. I thought Isaiah was gonna go to sleep. He popped in here too.
I know, right?
Isaiah, what happened? Sí, abuelitos a dormir,
No
eh.
somos abuelitas.
A
Oh,
that
I'm
Really?
closer to be a grandma than anything.
Oh, I know.
Tell my child, do not be making me a grandma. I'm too young to be a grandma. I'm like, no, gracias.
True. Or my son. But he doesn't really
Well,
he's not out.
my daughter has a boyfriend, so
Oh, okay, yeah.
it's the age. It's the
That's where it really gets
yeah. It's I'm an
crazy.
age gap mom, so come
Hmm.
watch my daughter get pregnant, and the kids are gonna be super close in age.
Hmm. That's how my mom and sister were. My nephew and I are a year apart. That was crazy. My mom was pregnant, then my mom, then my sister got pregnant. Oh my God. That was weird. They used to think we were twins.
Yeah, a lot of half of the class that I graduated with are grandmas,
Oh,
but half of
you're
them
not
have
even, what, you're what? Not even
41.
40. Oh,
No,
you're
I'm not.
41.
I'm 41.
Why are you 40?
I'm 41.
Okay.
So they had their kids out of high school, and so their
Um,
kids are now 20, 21.
hmm.
So
That's
they
really, yeah, it's young. My sister was a grandma at 40. Yeah. And my niece was 15 when she got pregnant. Yep. 15 or 16.
so
All
definitely
right,
not looking
ladies.
forward to
I'm
that.
probably gonna get off and go to sleep.
Okay.
now, now the boyfriend responded.
Oh my God, Luna's keeping up with the news.
She's gonna keep up. She needs to fill us in.
I know because I haven't. I dipped in a little bit on the rabbit hole, but I didn't go in it all
Now,
the way.
now her boyfriend responded.
Oh my God.
But at the end of the day, it's what she did is clickbait. She wants to sell the book. I don't blame her.
Mm,
She's talking about her story. It's her life. It's her truth to tell.
And then he wrote, the boyfriend wrote, "This is one more baseless assumption that triggers a wave of hate. People with nothing better to do, just waiting for a chance to throw stones at others without even caring whether it's true or not." Then he had said that there was a 12-year-old in the picture. He said one more thing. That boy in that photo he showed is 17 years old and was he was with his parents who were cast close to friends. I don't know who that is. There's no way a guy that size is only 12 just take a photo, take a proper look at that photo. And he said one last thing. There are no children and no bottle of whatever in that photo. The what is it? Ayahu, whatever it is. What you see are friends and family. All I've tried to do here is share real information about what that plant really is. I don't know.
Well, I
their
caught
names
the
again? Aus-
Austin McBroom. I caught the end of Pancho's live earlier, and he said he was gonna go live
Oh, really?
today. Yeah, and Pancho, he is he goes deep.
Like discuss it and dissect it.
Wouldn't be surprised if he makes a YouTube video.
Now, did you guys hear? Just kidding. I
Yes.
haven't seen him in a
You
long
know
time.
that you know that he lives in Moreno Valley?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he lives around here.
He lives by the Moreno Valley Mall.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that one I didn't know.
How do I even exit out here? Let me see. Do I hit again?
Okay, so you
Okay.
click on your
Good
picture.
night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Click,
I
click my picture.
Or like yeah, or your picture.
Oh, okay, okay. Like that. Okay, there we go. Good night, guys. Bye.
Good night.
Yay! She learned. Hey, do that wine.
do that either.
The wine bottle came out cute, huh?
Yeah, what did you use?
The thing that you sent me like weeks ago.
The Oasis, the green stuff,
The little one.
the little one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
The green thing. Remember the one that you sent me?
Yeah, it came out really nice.
I went to when you sent it to me. I bought it that like right there.
They
I
came
don't.
out.
I don't respond, but I do watch.
I'm like, damn, no dices nada.
Dude, like, I won't even. No, it's because she'll send me shit. I won't even like it. I won't even respond to it.
Nothing.
Like nothing. But it's so weird because I was telling my chat earlier. I was like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just feel so weird. Like, I feel like I have so much going on, but I'm not even doing anything.
It's
Like,
because you're too much in your head.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Our
see,
minds can.
like right now, I feel like my head's going like this, but it's like I know, like, look, like tomorrow I have to wake up. Matthew has therapy. He has two therapy sessions. Then he has again another testing. And then from there, it's like, okay, what time is he going to be done with his testing? Then from there, Wednesday, I have to get up. I'm trying to see if I could go to my, what is it called? If I could get my wax then try to see if I could get my nails, and not to see if I could get my nails tomorrow. And then Thursday, I have to get up, get Stefana ready. I have to go with her to the breakfast thing, like super, super early in the morning. She said we have to be there by 7. Then from there, it's like we have to make sure that the kids' things are like all packed or whatever. So then they're gonna be at my mom Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Then come back, put everything like obviously like get home, like put my shit away or whatever the case is. Then Tuesday I have to buy Stefana stuff because then yeah, Tuesday because then Wednesday I believe maybe Wednesday or Thursday her birthday. No, her birthday is Thursday, so I have that Tuesday and then that Wednesday.
Oh, she shares a birthday with my sister.
The 22nd?
Hmm?
22nd?
Oh no, I thought this Thursday. My
No,
bad.
no, no. Oh, there you go. That's what I do. So I'm gonna come back home Monday. Then that Tuesday, I have to. That Tuesday, she has her ceremony for that plaque. Then Wednesday, I have to make sure I have everything already purchased, so then I could do the setup Wednesday night. So then Thursday she could wake up for her setup. But then it's like we're going to Disneyland. And so I have to make sure I purchase the tickets for her birthday. It's like get up, get ready, let's go type shit. Then Friday, like come back home. I mean, well, come back home that night. Friday, just basically her go to school. They have to rest. And then that Saturday, I have what is it called? I want to do something for her, like to go eat and stuff. And then from there, it's basically the following week. She has graduation and I have a baby shower. So it's like I feel like I have so much going on. And then I have to do lanyards.
Your schedule.
I have a lot.
Yeah,
And you're too much in your head.
that's right. Too much, but
Have you guys seen that one movie? What is it called? Fuck, Brain on Fire.
Yes.
That's how I feel like
mm,
my brain is type shit. Where I feel like I'm gonna get to that point.
I
That's
haven't
how I
seen that
feel
movie.
sometimes. That's how I feel sometimes when she has a mystery diagnosis. That's how I feel sometimes that the doctors don't
Mm-hmm.
listen to what I'm telling them.
Mm-hmm.
And gaslighting,
That part.
where they run all kinds of studies and they're like, oh, there's nothing wrong with you.
Oh well, they're not gonna tell you that they know what the hell is wrong with you because the more you come, they know that they're gonna make money. You know what I mean?
Like with like me losing my voice, like they scheduled me for an endoscopy, which I
Mm-hmm.
know that's not gonna that's not going to tell me what's wrong with my voice,
True.
but that's just another way of making money.
Mhm. You know,
So,
everything's screwed up.
yep,
School system, medical, everything
todo,
is
todo. Like they switched my meds, and so they're giving me something now to
to
before the
counteract.
no, because I have headaches every day. It's something that I've had since I was diagnosed with MS. And
Mm-hmm.
so before I used to, if I got a headache, I would take a pill,
Mm-hmm.
take medicine. And now what they've done is they've given me something to take before, like, so it's like a daily medication. So it's supposed to prevent the headache.
Preventative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I took it the other day and I actually woke up with no headache, which felt super weird.
Wow. Yeah. A migraine sufferer too, so I understand you like open one eye and go, wait, do I have one? It's
Yeah.
horrible.
I was like, what is this? I don't have one.
That's good that it's working. But they wanted to put me on a anti-seizure med, Depakote,
They have me on
but then I didn't take it.
nitra something, which is actually
Mm,
which is also an
but
antidepressant.
yeah, I'm taking a blood pressure med for the migraines. Actually, yeah, supposed to prevent. Mm, yeah,
And then they ordered a sleep study.
we're gonna do it.
Yeah, but I think when I called to make the appointment, they actually said that I could do it from home.
Oh, okay.
So the doctor had to change the codes. So I'm waiting for the insurance to approve that so I can do it from home. Because I was like, the fact that I have to go and sleep somewhere and have a bunch of people watching me is creepy.
No, my husband did it. I don't know how he did it. This was a long time ago.
It's like imagine having to go somewhere and they watch you sleep. No, gracias.
Yeah, I couldn't do it.
Nope. So when the lady was like, "Oh, you can," because I asked her, I said, "Is there any way I could do it from home?" She goes, "Actually, you can." And I was like, "She's like, you just have to
Oh
get the
wow.
doctor to change the code." And I was like, "Okay." So I called the doctor's office. I was like, "Can we switch this to a sleep at home?" She's like, "Let me ask the doctor." So he switched the codes. I was like,
So what are they trying to see if you have sleep apnea or something else?
"Sleep apnea or something else?"
Oh, okay.
But it's like
Yeah.
with having MS,
Mm-hmm.
it affects because it's your entire nervous system. It affects so many different things in your body.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a matter of trying to figure out what it is. She's over there having her own
We
conversation.
we should have a little novella.
No, it's because I'm reading okay, because I'm reading like the comments on like the boyfriend's response, right? Like the T page or whatever, and I'm laughing because you know how he like talks like he speaks Portuguese.
So his English isn't the best. The crazy part is that what's her name isn't telling him not to respond. She probably doesn't know that he's responding.
So he like responded, right? And it's like a whole ass like English essay and everything perfect, right? And then Sam was like, "Wait, what did I miss? I thought he didn't know how to like speak English. Like, what did
He's
I
using
know?"
Chat GPT.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's why.
Okay.
But they're like, wait, fuck, where did it go? They're like, wait, I thought he barely